sent me the Zoom to get in and watch it, and I watched both Sconset and town meetings on Monday, and it was very good, but it's the first time I've ever gotten the Zoom connections. Will you do that next time they meet?
I think we can do that. They're all posted. So.
Right, but it came right up on my HTC agenda do thingy on my iPad or my email, whatever. It was very good.
Okay. Just so you know, Diane,
Oh, goody.
we can't hear you with your finger on your iPad while you're talking.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes. And Abby, Madam Chair, we are at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. And we got Val and
we have a quorum.
Carrie. Okay, goody. Welcome to the HDC. I'm going to read the script. Members of the public wishing to participate in the meeting must use their full name for Zoom. The town reserves the right to remove any member of the public from the meeting who doesn't use a full name or who acts inappropriately. As a preliminary matter, this is Abby Camp of the HDC. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Let's see, let's get Val.
Here.
Carrie.
Here.
Diane.
Here.
Johnny. No Johnny. Stephen or Jesse.
No boys tonight.
No boys, it's a girls' night out. Staff, when I call your name, please respond to the affirmative. Esmeralda.
Here.
Excellent. Holly.
Present.
Kadeem.
No
Girls'
boys
night
here.
out. Okay.
Madam Chair, we do have Adrian Rodriguez here as staff as well.
Okay, Adrian, you're the only one in the pants. Okay, so anticipated speakers on the agenda, please respond in the affirmative. No, I don't. Introduction to remote meeting. Good afternoon. This is the open meeting of Nantucket Historic District. Is being conducted remotely pursuant of Chapter 20, Acts 2021. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. For the meeting, HDC is convening by video conference via Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. If members wish to engage in a conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. For items, okay, we're not doing that. After members have spoken, the chair will afford public comment to those members of the public that have joined meeting via Zoom. Members of the public who wish to speak must state their names in full and be acknowledged by and speak through the chair. And finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call. Please note that the meeting is being recorded and that attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to hear you, and take care not to screen share. Anything that you broadcast may be captured on the recording. All supporting materials that have been provided members of this body are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I, the chair, note otherwise. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for the effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, question, or motion. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your full name before speaking. Okay, we're ready for the,
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
thank you, Diane. On that motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
I too, and Diane on your motion.
Aye.
Very good. That is done. Now, we have no consents?
Yep, we do.
Oh, we
We
do,
do.
yeah.
Madam Chair, before consents though, at the request of, I think Val, we have a discussion about the pre-stained white cedar shingles, which is on the agenda.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think I'll hold that until we have a full board present.
Okay,
Yeah,
good idea. Let's see, if there's any, does anybody have to recuse that's here right now on the consents? It looks like,
no.
nope. So,
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
thank you, Val. All in favor of Val's motion? That was Carrie? Aye. Diane,
Aye.
myself, and Val on your motion?
Aye.
Aye.
I do need to recuse on the next one.
Okey dokey. Anybody want to make a motion with the conditions on these pools? Carrie or Diane?
I don't have them.
There's one, the pool at 34 Quidnet Path.
Yeah, I can make that motion to approve consent with conditions.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie. Diane, do you?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. And I myself, and that also carries. Thank you, Carrie, for carrying that. Let's see, new business. 28 India Street Spa. Do we have someone to represent that?
Yes, hi, Elizabeth O'Rourke, I'm here.
Hi,
I have a
Elizabeth.
question though, Madam Chair. I thought this one and the next one had already been opened and had people sitting on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the third time it's come up, right?
Yes, Madam Chair, through you, yes, I do believe it's indicated on the agenda as old business. And we did actually have a previous meeting about it. I believe that was last month.
Yeah, I see it
Mhm.
says OB.
Yep.
Can we still open it even though it is confusing? Under-
You have 1, 2, 3 members out of the 5.
Elizabeth,
Oh,
do you
yes,
see
we
our
were-
lean crew here?
Yeah, we were here last week, so, so torn, well, I mean, what are our options? We've been in front of you since November. We're concerned that our client is going to lose their ability to have a spa because once it's published in a paper, that might impede, their ability to do that until town meeting takes place. So, we did file this a long time ago. It's over 60 days, and we've been heard once. So I don't know
I
what
know
to do.
Zoom sucks.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, Elizabeth. Because I think you'd be better off with more people on your voting.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
it could be heard this evening if Elizabeth wishes, or it could be held until Thursday. Hopefully we'll have more members that have sat on this.
so that would be Stephen and Johnny. Elizabeth,
Yeah.
what do you think of
Yeah.
that Thursday?
Yeah, I'm good with that. We can go
I think
ahead.
I think that's a wise decision. So, do I hear that,
I make that
motion.
motion.
thank you,
I make a-
Diane, to hold till Thursday. Elizabeth, first thing, promise.
Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Okay, on that motion, Val,
Can I,
You're not on it.
right,
oh,
Aye.
so it's just Carrie, myself,
And
And Di-
Diane.
Diane, are you on it?
Yeah, I just made you a motion.
Oh, yeah, okay, good. Okay, so Diane, on your motion,
Aye.
aye, Carrie. Aye. And myself, so that carries. Thank you. All right,
All right, thank you.
43 Main Street.
Madam Chair, this is Esmeralda. I don't see Brent Young anywhere in the queue.
Oh my gosh, this is another
Never.
one that just can't be heard.
He never
Um,
comes. I make a motion to hold 43 Main Street, Sconset.
Okay, I don't,
For representation, and then it'll be
Right.
easier than this
okay,
every.
excuse me. So, I think, Carrie, are you on that?
I don't know if it's old business, but yeah, I'll say aye.
Aye, okay. Val?
I'm not on it because it's a customer of mine.
Oh, that's right. I remember it now. So can we even vote on this? So the three of us, yes.
Yeah.
I'm an aye, so that is carried over. Also till Thursday or what? Just for representation, we just
For
need,
representation, let's put it that way this time.
yeah.
Madam Chair, staff can reach out to the applicant to make sure he can attend.
Thank you, Holly, because that one, that's tried to come up several times too.
Right, that's about 4 times.
Is Matt,
Madam Chair,
yeah,
we've had a request from Matt McEachern on his applications in lieu of the short board this evening to hold his applications.
okay, so that is 3 and 4,
He's
2
got,
on old business.
23 Broad Street, 10 Lincoln Ave, 2 Stone Alley.
You skipped 37 Fair.
Oh,
Okay,
I
let's-
saved the wrong agenda.
that would be 4 of his applications.
Right.
We can take these first 2.
yeah, let's just do the first 2 for now.
Motion to hold 3 and 4 for representation.
Thank you, Val. On that, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
myself, and Val on your vote.
Aye.
That's an aye. Okay, no.
Madam Chair, for the record, that's actually hold for Thursday. He's here, but in lieu of having a full board.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get it. Okay.
Very good. Who is here? Anybody in the, I can't see the lineup for some reason. I don't see anybody at all. Is
So
there anybody out there?
The next thing is old business, 38 Prospect.
Is Linda the phone number?
Madam Chair, this is
Yes.
Esmeralda again, 38 Prospect. Linda requested if it could be held due to lack of full board.
Okay. All right, we're getting good at this. Who wants to make that motion?
I can't because I'm not sitting on it.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Carrie. On holding 38 Prospect. Me, aye. Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
aye. Okay, that carries. Then Emeritus comes up again. 23 Broad, I'm sure that's not going to be heard. Can I
And
hear?
30 and 37 Fair Street, we might put 2 of them together.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, one is in old business and one is in new business, so. Motion to hold under old business 23 Broad. For when, Thursday? Or just for
Well,
representation?
So, Ray is away and I doubt he's coming back before Thursday.
Right.
um,
So motion to hold 23 Broad Street
indefinitely.
until we have a full board.
Yeah. All right, on Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself, that's an aye, so that's held.
What do you want to do about 37 Fair Street?
Well, when we get to it, we can hold it. Or you
Oh,
want to
all
do
right.
it now?
Is there
No,
anybody for 12 Codfish Park in the queue?
I didn't see anybody.
Is there a way, so I'm sorry, but I can't see who is in waiting. Is there any way to reach out to somebody who's actually here?
Abby Camp, Carrie.
Well, Luke is coming up soon under new business and he's down there. I can tell him to get ready.
Yeah.
Well, Bill
Is-
McGuire, I saw somewhere in the queue and he's number 2.
Let's try to get
I'm
him.
here.
Okay,
And did you
great.
see David Barch?
No.
All
So
right, let's
we're
hold,
jumping around. Motion to hold 12 Codfish Park for representation.
Thank you, Val. On Val's motion, Carrie. Oh, she might have. On Val's motion, Diane.
Aye.
Myself, aye.
That's-
Carrie,
here.
are you?
I am, thanks, aye.
Aye, okay, good. On Val, on your motion?
Aye.
Aye, okay, so that's carried over till,
This is David Barch. I am here
For
Hello,
which
David.
one?
for number 7, the nice to be back under old business.
Okay, so we haven't gotten to you yet.
No, I just wanted to let you know I was here. That's all. Thank you.
oh, thank
Okay,
you,
cool.
thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
David.
you, that's very nice of you to say that. So do we have, Bill is here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
this was the one you were gonna show us, the garage doors, right? That look like
Yeah.
carriage door.
Yes. Yes. Next one. No, keep going. No. What about the second one down? One up? Nope, keep the,
That's accepted, right?
It looks like there's a page not here, maybe?
no, I think it's the second one, the one after the site plan. That one. That's not it.
Hmm.
Wait, it's not showing up. There's that one. Okay, then that one. Yes,
There they
that one.
are.
There they are.
Oh. I thought
mean,
they were
it's-
gonna have windows in them.
Well, you had mentioned that, but the owner doesn't like that. I mean, the existing ones don't have windows and she didn't want windows in there.
I know, but they're also not on the front of the house, so.
Right. But again, this is also not viewable from the street, from a public way. The second floor is, you can see that as you're approaching it down Tom Nevers Road, but the lower level is not able to be seen anywhere, even down the driveway, because the driveway is a curve.
Are they proposed as white?
Yes, I believe so, because the existing ones are white, all the trim is white.
I would not be in favor of this is if it was natural to weather, I might be able to digest it, but I think it's gonna take away from the house.
I agree.
The natural to weather, you mean?
No, the white.
The white.
Well, we can do the natural to weather. That'd be fine.
Well, let's go around the table. Val, why don't you finish up?
No, that was my only concern all along, was just the doors, and I had wanted to suggest the carriage doors. And I I just don't want it to overpower the front. Because it's a curious place to have garage doors anyway. So I think natural to weather is more palatable.
Yeah.
Right.
Diane,
I agree with what Val said. I think it should not be white. It would be too much white. You could see it maybe through the vegetation. And I think with natural to weather, I would be okay with.
Carrie,
Yeah, I agree.
I think personally, I think it's quite awkward. But did you want to try that motion, Val, or are you on the
Yeah,
fence?
I'll try it. Motion to approve with today's amended garage door sizes and to leave them natural to weather.
Okay, on Val's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and I'm a nay, but that does carry. So there you go, Bill.
Okay,
Happy
thank
New
you.
Year.
Oh, and also I'm on old business. Number 1 on the next old business. And I'd
Okay.
prefer to hold for a full board,
Okay.
13 commercial.
Oh, right, that's you? Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
Very good. Do I hear a motion on that?
I make a motion to hold 13 commercial wharf on old business until do you want to try Thursday, Billy, or
I'll do
another-
Thursday, sure.
Okay, on Thursday.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Diane. On that motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and I myself, that's good. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
Beaver Street.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
this will be held till Thursday,
okay.
possible. Thank you.
Okay,
Motion
so-
to hold 3 Beaver till Thursday.
okay, on Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
myself, yes. And Val, on your motion,
Aye.
aye. Okay, that's carried over. 24 Almanac Pond Road.
Okay, I'm gonna mute and go away for a minute and hopefully Luke will be signed on. Is he there, Holly?
I did let
Oh.
him in and I see him here. He just
Oh,
needs
cool.
to unmute.
Okay. I'll let him know.
Thanks, Carrie. The 3 ladies are gonna give him a beating.
Wait, now close over there. There he is. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Hi,
Downstairs
Luke.
was not working. I'm not sure what was happening. So you guys held for a site viewing,
Mhm.
and I suppose what I would add to, it's about 200, this new addition is about 250 feet back from the street. Extremely low visibility from its own property edge. There is a view corridor to the existing structure, and I included some photographs as to its visibility. But my approach to this, in that it is a very, low profile site. The owners have kept the main house is only 1 story. This is essentially 1 story. It's really, I don't know who the architect was, but it's an exceptional little building, built in 1984. The interior structure is beautiful, truss system. And my approach to this was to, either recognize it for what it was, which was a nice piece of architecture, and leave it alone, and then put an addition on that was a gable or something of a more native Nantucket roof form. But when I did that in my early sketch studies, it really looked terrible, in my opinion. And so that led me to the second option for addressing a worthy building in just doing it in a miniature secondary mass form, but carrying forward the basic concepts of the original architect. And that's why this very simple octagon came into being with its following flat roof as it moved towards the street. And I suppose I'll leave it at that.
Very good, Luke.
I have a question for Luke.
Go, Val.
The addition, if I look at the photo that says distant view of pool house from road, which is page 10 on the emailed version, is the addition to the left or
To the right.
to the right? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. It's darn unusual, but since it's there, I guess it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Diane, is that it, Val?
Yeah, I just wanted to know the visibility, so.
Mhm. Diane.
Yeah. I like how you put it on. I think it's a very difficult building to add to and not lose its distinctive style. And I think what you've done is the least disturbing of the facade. And I think it is a building that's worth leaving as it is, as close as you can. Whether it's not our particular style in Nantucket, it neither was all of I.M. Pei's stuff either in where he was. So I think it's very good, and I think you've done a very good job of adding stuff to it. Thank you.
I agree with Val and Diane. I can't think of another way to add on to this without making fun of the first one or taking away its merit. So it is diminutive to the other style in height and in detail. So I think I'd go along with that.
So shall I make a motion
I'd love that. Yeah.
to accept as submitted?
Very good. Val, on Diane's motion,
Aye.
and I'm an aye, and Diane on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Hey, thank you, Luke. That must be fun to work on.
That was fun. Yeah, thank you very
Like a
much.
mosque.
A religious temple to the swimming pool.
Oh, could we I guess it's over. I was gonna say we should keep that vegetation. But,
Vegetation, Luke? Are you keeping the vegetation?
I think they've spent a lot of time keeping their vegetation, so.
Keeping the vegetation out there.
Yeah, Elizabeth presented to you the pool, I think, and the revised driveways, but it's all going to be native, and we're working with Concom on everything. It's very sensitive area. Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to like denude the area. All right, we'll see that when we see it. Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Not doing business there.
Robbie Newman.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Ew.
So do we have a light crew there or what?
Very
Yes, all girls.
Okay, awesome. Bye, Leah.
I looked at this, it cracked me up.
Yeah.
The thing.
They don't apply for anything ever, and all of a sudden they're applying. Motion to approve.
Okay.
Literally, just
Madam
that
Chair.
white shed is being replaced, or?
Go ahead, Holly.
So in light of HSAB did not review this transformer, but I did. It is in the old historic district, obviously. It is unique. And I just wanted to give a maybe a option instead of having it in vertical board, which is a little off. Maybe having it in shingle, which is obviously quintessential Nantucket and would actually blend in with the existing little structures that are already on the wharf. So that would have been my recommendation to you all.
Okay, well, thank you, Holly, for that. Anybody feel a feeling about this? Anybody want to go first?
I'll
I'd
go.
ask Robbie a question.
You
Yeah,
go, Val.
If it was shingled, how would that work? Because those pieces and parts have to open.
they do have to open. I was just going to say that they need they're going to have access panels where they need to get through those connections there. And I also want to let you know that there are 13 or 14 of these things, and they want to start with this one on the end to see how it works. So we would prefer to stay with the vertical board because it's going to be easier to make those openings work hopefully pretty well. I appreciate the shingle idea. We didn't even consider it, but I'd like to stick with the vertical boards, please.
So is this to see what it looks like? We're not going to blanket approve 13 or 14 or 30 or 20 of these.
There are, according to my count here, this is one of 13. So if you want me to come back, if they like the application and they want to do the other 12, would you like us to come back, or?
I'd like to see what it's going to look like because quite frankly, it's a ridiculous looking thing to start off with.
Yeah, it can only improve it, I would think.
Well, but is that the only option too? I mean, and if we don't have an option, then why are we doing it?
Okay, well, let's hear from the other board members and then maybe we'll talk about it being like a prototype or something. Go
So
ahead, Carrie.
I actually think the vertical board is totally appropriate. This is not a structure. There's not a door to go inside of it. There's no windows. It's literally to mask something that is already there, that is already goofy looking. And this is perfectly appropriate in my mind.
Okay,
It's not
Diane.
like-
Oh, sorry. Are you,
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Carrie, are you done?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay, Diane.
Me?
Yes.
I don't think I would say they're appropriate. I think I would say we're stuck with them. My only suggestion, Robbie, maybe it wouldn't work, but if they didn't go, or people didn't go for the vertical boards, I was thinking that you would make a real door. If you did shingles, you would make that door that opens a door and single the rest of it, but you still got the switch and the pink thing and all those stuff. I don't know. Is there no other way? It can't hang underneath or something? 13, how many are on Straight Wharf?
You can see 3 right there in the picture, and then
he
one
said
to the right
13.
over there.
Yeah, if you go back to the locus map in the left-hand corner, they basically, that's the first one that says transformer location 1,
There's 3 there.
right? Yeah, there's 3 on this short side, and then as they go out along where they do the Medmore, there must be 9 out along that long run.
Robbie, how do you get to the instruments? Is there a door?
They're gonna have a removable panel where where those connections are, the pink connections. And then this one side is going to remain open that faces into the dock. In other words, the right-hand piece of the one on the bottom right-hand corner. Like my drawing indicates, see where you can see the transformer behind the fence? Yes,
That won't have siding on it.
no. Right there.
My own feeling is that these should say as simple as possible. I think shingles might actually end up being. Well, do we want to try one?
I feel that way, but at the end of the day, if they're already there,
And they look like this.
I mean,
The natural weather
it's
will-
kind of after the fact,
Well, they've been there forever, haven't they? I mean, I
No.
not
they-
all of them.
These
all.
are, these are the second change out in I don't know how many years, but it hasn't been that long. They have a corrosion problem.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah.
All right. I want to see what you all feel, like what.
Well, I think the natural to weather boards,
Mhm.
is that what they're gonna be, Rob?
Yes.
Are better than this metal giant ice machine, is what they look like.
It does. Yeah, so, so as drawn,
Yeah.
I go for
and do you want to do, you don't have to make the motion if you don't feel like it, I mean, but what's your feeling? Do all of them at once, get it over with?
They only want to do one to start.
Well,
Okay.
that would be good, because then we can see what we're really looking
Okay.
at.
Okay, is that your motion, Val?
Yeah,
Just to do one? Okay, there
Yeah.
we go. On Val's motion, Carrie,
aye.
Diane,
Aye.
and myself, I'm an aye, so that carries.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
thanks,
Robbie.
Rob.
Good night.
Night.
Next.
Next is,
Madam Chair, I do believe Andrew or somebody from, yep, there
I
he
am
is.
here.
Hi.
How-
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.
well, there's not a lot of everybody's here, but,
This
it's
should be
just
pretty
us
quick.
chickens.
It's 4 of us.
I was confused because it said new dwelling and then it looked like revisions.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised this actually wasn't on consent because really the only change is we slid the building back and made the rear mass a little shorter because we had to based on ZBA's comments. I would imagine that's clouded. This was all already approved.
It's just moving it.
All it is we've moved the entire building 5 feet back. You can see to the rear setback line. ZBA had asked us to just push it towards the rear portion of the site. And we made that rear wart a few feet shorter that you can see as well. Those are
Yeah.
the only changes. That is it.
Okay, got it.
It looked like that was what it was, but then
That
I
was it.
like,
Yeah.
I'm
that's
missing
it.
something.
Nope, nothing, Val. That's it.
I'm okay with this. It's actually better that it's pushed back.
Okay, very
agree.
good. Carrie,
I agree.
Diane,
I agree.
and I'm okay with it too. So Val, was that a motion?
Sure. Motion to
Okay.
approve.
Okay, Diane, on Val's motion,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and I as a go, so that carries.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Andrew.
See you
Happy
soon.
New Year.
Bye.
Mhm.
They were all that easy. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.
Did we carry over 37 fair?
Yes, Diane was talking about that. So motion to hold 37 fair for representation.
Okay,
Right.
on Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby, I, and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, done.
The next 4 we should hold. Next 4 we should hold too.
Okay.
8, 9, 10, and 11.
I emailed her
Those are
today
all-
because we didn't have links to 4 Larrabee,
Yeah,
8
those are
North
all
Star, 9.
Linda's.
Okay, do I hear a motion to hold 8 through 11?
I just made the motion.
Oh, thanks, Diane. Val, on Diane's motion.
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
aye, and I myself. And Diane on your motion?
Aye.
Aye. Moving right along.
The next one is on hold.
Yep.
Whole thing.
And 16 Tashma, I cannot sit on.
Okay. Is
Katie Mitchell.
AM here? Does anybody see KM in the queue?
Madam Chair, I did yeah, she's here. I
Okay.
added Katie in. Yep.
Okay.
Let's see.
So it's just Diane, Carrie, and myself.
And unfortunately, on the agenda, it says commissioners to be added, so I'm not quite sure who sat on the original one, but my understanding from talking to Ez, and she's not here at the moment, she had to go to her other meeting, that the rotate shed and the spa are new applications, whereas the original had kind of had everything together. So
Right, I
if that
remember
makes any
doing
sense.
Tasha Lane, but I don't remember doing spa, so I don't know.
That's new. That's being added.
And I did the shed, so I can't sit on it. The original shed.
But is Katie here?
It looks like so. I can see her name.
Okay. How do we get her to?
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay.
I
You
feel like
clearly
we're-
have, for the record, Madam Chair, commissioners who sat on the original application, which was the spa, rotate shed and wall, from November 30th, was Pole, Camp, Coombs, Welch, Thornwell. So we have 3 out of those,
Right.
if Katie wanted to move forward. This is to rotate the shed.
It's,
Am I no, okay, never mind.
Di-
I thought I
Di-
saw Stephen Welch on, but he's not.
so it's Diane, Carrie, and myself.
Ma'am,
Okay. Is she still muted?
she's unmuted now. Hi, Katie.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. You guys moved quick.
Yeah.
It's
well,
because
well,
everyone's dropping out.
Oh,
Well, no, a lot of people aren't here and
well, I want to get 16 Tashima out of my life, so.
all right, let's see what we can do for you. What have you done to your site here?
Okay, so we separated the permits as requested. So this one's just for rotating the shed. So, I mean, simple. It was just.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it has nothing to do with any of the landscaping or
Correct. Yeah, you guys
or
had just
taking
asked,
off.
you would just ask that we separate the applications.
Okay, so we're only talking about turning the shed 90 degrees.
Correct.
Okay, that seems easy enough to me.
I
Diane, do you
make
have
a motion to approve.
Okay,
Can
and
I just clarify that the intention is for it to be parallel with the pool, the way we see it on the screen right now?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you scroll down, you'll see the way it was initially permitted.
Okay.
You'll
And
have
the pool-
Val's plan.
the pool equipment is more towards the corner of the property line.
The pool equipment is just behind it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you said, it's just to approve the shed, so.
I'm fine with this shift.
Okay, all right. Okay, so, Diane, did you make a motion to approve?
Yep.
You
To
did.
approve.
Madam Chair, I do believe we have people in attendance that wanted to speak on this application.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't see them. Could I hear them? Could they say their names and what they have to say?
Yeah, hello. Hi, Madam Chair. My name is Greg Tivnan and my husband Jeff Coakley, we're abutters. We're the house right behind 16 Tajma at 13 McLean Lane. And we appreciate all the work you've been doing. We also appreciate everything that the owner has been putting into it. I don't really have anything to add about the shed. I'm just gonna say something, it's already a done deal, but it would have been nice if they had put it at the other end of their property where it's the backyard of everybody's backyards, including 14 Tajma, where our shed's going. So it wouldn't be right on our back door, but it is what it is. So I have nothing else to say about the shed.
Are you talking about the shed or the pool equipment?
Well, I was talking about the shed, but since the pool equipment was not on this permit, same thing about the pool equipment. I'm more concerned about the pool equipment than the shed. Because now with the shed there, the pool equipment sound will bounce off the shed and direct towards our backyard. And again, if it had been considered and put on the upper end of their property, where 14 Tajma, 16 Tajma, and 13 McLean come together, it just would have been a nicer gesture. And it would have been out of everybody's way because everybody's way backyard. There's no buildings there. And I understand that's a challenge now because the pool's in and all the equipment's underground. So it's just kind of a bummer.
Yeah, okay, I hear you, Greg. Thank you for coming forward. Is there another neighbor also wanting to speak? On this
Madam
one?
Chair,
Yes?
I do have the other application up if you wanted to look at that as well. That is for the spa and retaining wall.
I want to know about the fence personally.
I think you, yeah, and, yeah, okay.
And I recall, sorry,
We moved the fence as you requested.
I don't see it. I don't see where you
It's-
moved it.
There's an arrow. It says 4-foot high type 2 fence.
Right. And as we look at the sheet, I was mostly concerned last time about the bottom or what would be south. I'm not sure if that is south, that line there, because it's.
Yeah, it
right
jogged.
up.
It initially jogged and went to the neighbor's side of the proposed arborvitae, but I straightened it and put it all on 16 Tashima's side.
Right, but okay, so if you look at the right-hand side of the property, the right property line with all the plants, the fence is on the inside of those plants. The fence is at the top and bottom of the site. So top and bottom, the horizontal fence from the drawings perspective. You don't have those arborvitae on the outside of the fence. There's no planting shown there. Where the wall.
That's all. You mean like the bottom of the page?
Yeah,
It's all existing natural vegetation there. It's already got trees and shrubs.
No,
I just don't
there's
see
no
them.
vegetation there. I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
That's
On
fine.
the
On the plan.
the bottom of the screen, I guess neighboring with what would be 18 Tashima, that's all existing vegetation.
Okay, but you've got a fence. So I would just like to see the existing vegetation. Is there any vegetation on your property?
Well, there's
Or is it all on the neighbor's property? I think there should be.
it's all on the neighbors.
Yeah, so if they want to clear their vegetation for some reason, they still have to look at your fence and retaining wall. And I'm saying retaining wall, I think is there. Yep, here it is. You're going to drop it by 1. I think the fence needs to come in. I think I said this the last time. I think the fence needs to come in at least 4 feet so you can have.
It is in 4 feet.
From where? It's not on your plan though. I'm sorry to like keep beating a dead
It
horse.
is on the plan.
That's 4
I
feet.
don't understand. You guys requested that the back of the property against 13 McLean Lane, that fence be moved 4 feet in. That's what I did. You
Oh,
said nothing about the fence on the 18 Toshima side.
Well, I was always talking about the entire perimeter fence. So
I
for
mean,
me,
it-
that
Hold
would
on,
be-
everybody. Do you all see the property line, which is outside of that fence on the lower part of that?
Linda,
page?
please, can we, it's.
I'm representing the guy also.
Linda is helping me.
Okay.
I understand, but there's too many
Just trying to
people
clarify
talking at
where
once.
that fence is, and the fence is inside the property line on the south. There's also, the neighbor has a retaining wall below us. So we can't really plant on top of his retaining wall, which is just beyond the property line. All we can control is what's on our property, and it's inside the property line. And there's vegetation there now because there's a couple of fairly sizable cedars in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I said this last time, and I think the entire perimeter fence should be set into the property so there can be vegetation on this property on the outside of the fence. That's was my point the last time, and I still retain that point.
Very good, Carrie, thank you.
Uh,
Diane,
Yeah,
Diane, are you on this? Yes.
yeah,
You have to be.
I have,
Go ahead.
Madam
I-
Chair,
Yes, Terry.
I'm, which one are you talking about? You're talking about the fence, which I would assume is associated with the spa.
It
Are
should-
you going to address the shed? I mean, I'm confused and trying to come up with minutes for this, and right now you're kind of all over the place.
Right, I
Madam Chair,
understand.
I
Terry.
believe, Madam Chair, I
I'm
believe,
asking Madam Chair.
no, Diane made a motion to approve the shed about 15 minutes ago. I don't
No,
know.
she did not.
Yes, she did.
No.
She was about to, but we didn't take a roll call on that. Linda.
Right, she just made the motion. That was where it ended up.
Okay, and then Holly suggested we look at them side by side. So that's where we are, Terry. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Well, I think perhaps given this, that actually the fencing is probably the thing we should look at first.
we're gonna look at that before the shed.
Can I remind everybody that this fence was approved previously, months ago?
Yeah.
Can
We're not
I?
here for that.
But that
I
was
make a
before you had a
remark
built
about the
wall.
shed? Please,
Yes, let's go back to the shed and approve it as turned.
I would like to ask a question now that I heard the neighbor next
Okay.
door.
Thank you, Diane. And please don't interrupt, Diane. I want to hear one person at a time. Thank you.
Thank you. I would wonder whether that shed, which is there, which I don't mind, except he brought up and informed us about the surrounding houses, whether it would disturb everything if we took the shed and did move it north or whatever that is, up where it says lawn, and which would stop the reverberation of all the noise going back into him. Would it be costly or whatever to move it up there?
Yes,
Shed's
the shed
already
is
built.
there.
Just Katie, please, Linda.
The shed is already built.
It isn't, but we haven't approved it.
The shed
Yes,
was
you did.
previously approved.
Yes, it was approved.
This was Val's project.
Yeah,
It was previously approved, and then they built it rotated. So I was asked to step in and
okay,
revise
now
it.
okay, that's fine, Kitty. I just wanted to understand. So the other thing I wanted is the Bluestone patio. Has that been approved also?
Yes, that was all Jesse Dutra's plan. The only things that were not approved are that retaining wall, the rotating of the shed, and the adding of the spa.
Okay,
Fence was already approved. Hardscaping was approved.
okay.
Gate is approved.
Before I went further, I just wanted to find out. So our next application is the spa, right? You need it.
Still need
you-
to act on the shed.
Yeah,
And the retaining walls, just make that clear. It's the spa and the retaining walls on one and the shed is on by itself.
all right, well, I will make a motion to approve the shed as submitted. That's it.
Okay,
Madam
on,
Chair, could I ask a question, Madam Chair?
sorry, is that Greg? Is
Point
that
of
the-
Yes,
order,
I think
Madam
it's
Chair.
Greg. Sorry, it's hard to raise your hand and I
Yeah,
just,
there you are. Okay, go ahead, Greg.
I'm sorry, and before the motion is made, just a point of order, if the shed has to be rotated as per this current permit, that means it has to be lifted up and moved. Why can't it be moved as Member Coombs said, across the lawn?
It was already built, rotated.
Oh, it's an as-built?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
it
you're doing
was-
an as-built, not,
Yes.
I see that, I missed that completely on the application.
And it's tied to piers
Yeah.
already.
So it's just,
Me
it was
too.
built, and so it's a mea culpa, and you're moving to approve it now.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, neighbor Greg. Diane, does that affect your motion? That it's an as-built, it's actually was built, rotated?
Right, well, it should have been applied, I think, as an as-built. And there seems to me, there's usually a fine that goes along with an as-built. But I don't know why it was not put in as an as-built.
Madam Chair, might I
think we
address
got
that?
to-
No, please. I think it's clear what is going on.
It's still Madam Chair, it's still an open permit, which is why it wasn't applied for as an as-built. If it was a closed permit, it would be an as-built.
Well, then we should
Okay,
approve it.
okay,
So-
fine.
Sorry, Diane, what is your motion? Could you state that clearly for Terry? If you have a motion.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we can do if we can't prove it, is to approve as submitted. Approve the shed in the location as submitted.
Okay, thank you, Diane. On the motion, Carrie,
Aye.
and I am a nay, but that carries. So let's go on to the next one.
That's the spa and the wall. We're back to that again.
You sure you don't want to hold this for more people on the board?
The problem is,
I'm
it's already
just-
been spoken about, but somebody would have to actually read back in. Do we just have three?
We're only three and it's,
You've already
We just-
discussed it.
We haven't even discussed what's actually being applied
okay,
for here.
Katie and Katie alone, could you tell us what you're doing here?
This permit has nothing to do with the fence. The fence was already approved. It was approved in the location that we came to with it at the previous meeting. I, as per Carrie's request, moved it in on the back side of the property, but it was already approved where it was. I moved it anyways, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. This permit only pertains to the retaining wall and the spa.
As-built retaining wall, correct?
Yes.
I have if I may go, Madam Chair.
Sure.
I have no problem with the spa, but as I said before, I do have a problem with the fence. The retaining wall is an as-built. Oops, the fence does not exist yet, as I understand it. And I think the retaining wall itself is egregious right there on that property line, surrounding that neighbor. And I think a great mitigation would be to move that fence in and create a level for plantings to hide the fence, because you not only have a 29-inch retaining wall, which is about 6 ties, and the 4-foot fence. That's a long and tall wall that you're
That's only that tall on the backside. It's not that tall. It disappears into the ground on the 18 Tashima side.
Well, that's
It's
good.
not, and
Don't-
that's not shown because that's not what we're here for.
But Madam Chair,
So-
may I also, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know it's challenging for you. It's 13 McLean again. Having it dismissed as it's only that high on the back side of the property is right on our driveway, on our back door. It's the highest point is right outside our door. And I
That's
just,
where
don't-
we're planting.
and I think that's where, like, it's not Mr. O'Connor's fault, the owner. I think it's who designed it. The locals on Nantucket was just very unneighborly, not really conscious of the property of the land, the contour of the land, and then the adjacent property. The tallest point with going to be the highest peak of the fence, the highest point of the shed, and the pool mechanical is literally on our back porch, our patio where we have our, outside furniture. And I know it's a challenge. You're not going to ask for the wall to be moved. I think that's unreasonable to expect, but it is also disingenuous to say that it's only the highest point right there. Then it blends in. It's the highest point shadowing right into our backyard, right, literally where we live. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, not to minimize. I don't want it to be minimized. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Who would like to go on this? Carrie?
Well, I would just like to just finish and say, I would approve it if you pull the fence back 4 feet from the retaining wall and create a nice 4-foot space for plenty of planting to mitigate the full 6 feet of what you're proposing of 24.
What you're asking is not possible.
How come? I don't understand.
Because there is already, you can just on the back corner, there was some clearing, but the plantings will wrap around a little bit. Otherwise, it's already filled with vegetation on the 18 Toshima side. And like Linda said, there is a lower retaining wall on the neighbor's side. We cannot add any plants. It's all existing. There's big cedars, there's bayberries, there's all natural vegetation in there.
Can you describe where you're standing according to the plan here that we're looking at? You're standing.
I am on the back. I am on the 13 McLean Lane side.
So if you reach your hand out to the right in the photo.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying the fence should go along.
It is back 4 feet from the wall. I moved it. It is there to allow for all those arborvitae to be planted.
I guess I'm misunderstanding the front, back, and side because I see on your site plan that rear line has arborvitae drawn on the plan. I am asking if you can simply push the fence in around the corner and on the bottom of the plan, push the fence in and retain that arborvitae or whatever planting between the wall and the fence. Is that clear enough? There's plenty of room on the property. I can see.
I understand what you're saying. Look, I just don't understand why this is even being discussed since the fence was already approved.
Because you're adding a big retaining wall to it. So that's the issue.
But the fence was already approved.
That's fine. But if there was just a fence, then it would only be a 40-inch fence or whatever you've got, a 4-foot fence. But now we're adding it on top of a 24-inch, heavy retaining wall. So with no vegetation in between the two.
23 inches and 4 feet is still lower than a 6-foot fence. I don't know. We've tried very hard to do everything that's been asked of us from the neighbor, from the board. And every time I come back, something else is added here. Another request is added. So, I mean, if moving the 18 Toshima side fence in is what it's going to take to get this retaining wall and this all just out of my life, fine.
I don't think it's that much of an ask. I really don't see it as much of an ask. I asked last time, and I think you misunderstood what I was talking about.
All right, Madam Chairman, can I speak now as the representative also?
Well, I'm hearing from the board right now. I'd like to hear from Diane.
All right, I never got my opportunity when Katie started also.
Okay, let's just continue with the board and then you can speak at the end. Is that okay?
Yep.
Diane, could you please weigh in on this?
Here I am. I'm sorry. I would like to see a site plan that shows 13, 18. So we have some idea when they talk about their right in their backyard. I have no idea what it is. That's what I would like to see, where so that we understand where the shed is, where the pool is, and where the fence is going. Carrie, looking at that site plan, where is your area of
I
not
think
like,
Katie was standing on the back corner where that hand is. Yeah, I think right there. No, move it up to the right corner.
Right,
Isn't
no,
that
other
right?
corner.
No,
That
that was you standing
okay.
at the other corner.
I'm
Okay.
standing right where the little hand is.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that just shows
Okay.
exactly that side where I think that fence should be set back.
Okay, and then where is the retaining wall that she was standing in front of?
It's all along the
It
property.
runs about a third of the way from that corner where I was standing. Third of the way,
Yeah.
right there, and then along the other side back towards the front corner of the house by the entryway.
To the fence, to the gate.
And it
Okay,
goes to
it
zero.
just makes
I have better pictures
down
of
at
it.
the,
I can always
at the
take them.
bottom.
Go ahead, Diane.
I don't know. No, I just think that it would be, we have a view of this, I believe, but I don't know whether it's necessary to have another one. The fence is important because it's a fairly large space on Tasima, and it needs to fit in. So we seem to have a lot of questions about where it is and how high and where the fence is going to be. Perhaps we should have
Madam
another-
Chair,
I
through
can't
you.
hear you.
Diane, we can't hear you. You gotta move your hand away from the speaker on your iPad. Thank you.
It's a brand new iPad. And it's a pain in the butt. I think we need another drawing that shows the fence where it is exactly, and to take an elevation of it going from east to west, so we have some idea of what it looks like in comparison to just seeing it as a straight drawing. So
If
we
you
could see
scroll
where the
down, there
fence
is a
is
cross
going to
section.
go, where it drops down to almost nothing and continues. That's what I might make
There's the
that
cross section.
suggestion.
Here's how it dies. Can I go now to explain it, Madam Chairman? There's a massive grade change between that one corner and going up towards, what would that be, 14? Up to 14 Tajma. There's a massive grade change. So the back wall dies out because Greg's lot is much lower than this lot. The lot at 18 is lower than 16. And then it goes up to 14 where we can see on the right where it's level with 14. So it drops, it drops, it drops. Where Greg's house was built before this one, they cut in the driveway into the grade. So his driveway is flat, which is great. But then what it did is it created a grade change to the back of 16 Tajma. That's why you see the retaining wall at one end where it dies out going up towards 14. And when you're on the front of the lot on the Tajma lane side, it drops to 0 at the gate. And then it goes up and goes up and goes up. So it meets this in this corner, less one rail, which is
And what
we're
about the
gonna do.
long side? The
Long
one-
side is 22 to 24 inches and it dies out to 0 as it gets to Tajma, because that also was following the grade back down to the rear of the lot. But it's a much smaller grade change there because it's level with the house. But then the guy at 18 is another 18 inches or so, if not 24 below us. There isn't a flat section on this lot that doesn't conflict with anybody else except for the very right-hand side on this drawing towards 14 Tajma. It has to have a retaining wall. You cannot slope it
No,
because
I think we all understand the problem started when they put the retaining wall right on the property line and didn't go with the flow of the natural landscape. That's
Well,
what's created this whole
sort of,
problem.
it's sort of inside the property line, not much, but inside the property line enough to get some of the
Well,
vegetation.
It just doesn't, I mean, when we talk about being friendly neighbors, it just doesn't have that approach. So what are we going to do with this here? Do we want to hold for a view and have Katie put up so we can see the long part? I think we all understand the back of it. Even though the arborvitae, you know, the deer love the arborvitae. You're going to end up with those lollipop pine trees. So,
Well, I mean, it's there, which is why I wanted it on the backside, but I'm just doing, like I said from the beginning, this is not my project. So I'm just, I don't use arborvitae, but that's, you know, we can't put lelands back there. They grow way too fast and get way too big. Privets just sucks, excuse my language, but privet is so disease prone and the deer are eating that now too. And I'm doing the, you know, this was the best choice for dense screening. They're slow growing. And, you know, this was the best option, unfortunately. You know, the deer make things very, very difficult.
well, we're doing pools all the time and screening them, so I can't be that difficult to.
As far as the long side, Madam Chairman, if you're on the Tajma Lane side, you really won't see much of it after it gets grown in here. If you're on the Tajma Lane side, you won't see the wall, period, because it's at 0 where that gate is. You can see the gate. Where it creeps up, and goes down to meet that corner, you can't see that from Tajma Lane because of the screening and because of the proposed and approved gate. Where that corner meets, it's going to be at that one corner where his driveway is, at that lower right-hand corner. That's it. But not from the Tajma Lane side, you won't see it.
Okay, we've got to move along. What are we going to do with this? Do we want to hold for something, or does somebody want to try a motion, or do we need more information?
I don't know what more information I can give. I
Hey,
mean,
I
have a suggestion.
I would do a compromise if they are willing to compromise.
We
On-
got, Val's got a suggestion.
Okay, go ahead, Val, sorry.
Val, from the
Site
public.
visit.
What?
I was gonna say
I
that.
suggest everybody sitting on this make a site visit.
And I'll take more pictures for you. I have them.
I've driven that neighborhood slowly looking. And it's not so much the visibility as when we do fences, we screen them to the neighbor's side. The
Yep.
fence is on the
Okay.
inside of the property. This one on it's north, on the west side, the west elevation, that fence is on top of the retaining wall with no vegetation between the two. If 3 feet will do it and you can plant something to soften the fence on the neighbor's side, I would motion to approve.
Something that climbs.
But it can't be-
that's fine. I'll do that. But again, it's already hidden by the neighbor's vegetation.
But
Not right
that
now
neighbor-
because everything is bare right now, but
Right, but
um,
that's the point. The neighbor could clear some of that vegetation and it's on you to screen your fence. So just screen it.
well,
now.
then if that time comes, I mean, I don't know. I can't anticipate
Well,
what the
I'm
neighbors are
sure
going to do in the
that-
future.
Katie,
Right, but
no
you can
back and forth. It's
anticipate-
not helping you.
Right.
All right, can we continue this to Tuesday?
Anticipate needing some space to plant. And we've voted this way before on other projects where the fence is, between the neighbors and you have to.
I would make a motion.
Thank you, Diane. Go
I
ahead,
would make a
Diane.
motion to hold until Tuesday
Okay,
with a
With a
site
site visit.
visit
okay.
and further description of the west wall.
Okay.
And do you mind if, Katie, would you mind putting up just one like panel or something so we can see where the fence is on, not the very back, but the side here?
Okay.
I think it's
Uh,
west. I don't know.
We'll put a string up there. We'll put a stake and you can see the height of it.
Something simple. You don't have to go out there and build a fence, just something so when we go to see it, we will know and imagine. The retaining wall's already there, right? So
yes,
if you
yes,
put
I
the
will
fence,
have Earthworks is the landscaper. I will have them go and benchmark where the fencing will go.
okay, thank you very much. In favor of Diane's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
myself, aye. Diane, on your motion to hold till Tuesday with site viewings and fence.
Can that be at the beginning of the meeting, Madam Chairman?
We can try.
With all the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope everybody, I hope you have a bigger board then. Okay, so Diane, on your motion, you're muted, hon. Oh, gosh.
Parking, sorry. Aye.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Madam Chairman, you skipped over me because you went so fast, but.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Who's here? Do you only have 3 members?
It's just Carrie, Diane, Val, and myself.
I'm gonna hold all of mine for Thursday if
I
raised
think we
back.
did that.
Well, you held them for representation, but I didn't know you were gonna move that fast.
Well, no, there wasn't anybody here.
Yeah, so we're talking Larrabee Lane, Hickory Meadow, 8 North Star and 9 Field Avenue, I believe are those, along with 38 Prospect.
Right, those,
Right. Yeah, we
those
held
are all
those.
held.
For Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are all set for
Yes.
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Through you, Madam
okay, I
Chair.
think we can. We have succeeded in moving to 307 Pulpus Road. Is he here?
Hi, this is Chip.
Chip.
So I want to hold, I have 3 that I'd like to hold for my
Okay.
board. They are number 4, 307 Pulpus, number 14, 27 Cato, and new business number 6, which is 3 Tatakama.
Okay.
I feel for Terry. Good luck.
What about 43 Kendrick?
That one, David Barch is representing that one.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna,
Okay.
okay, do I hear a motion to hold 307?
So move.
307 Pulpus, 27 Cato Lane, and 3 Tatakamo? Is that
Yeah.
what it is?
Correct.
Okay, and 3 Tatakamo. All in favor of Diane's motion?
Aye.
Val? Carrie?
Aye.
Okay, great, that passes. Those are held. So what about Main Street?
I am here.
Oh,
Hello.
hi, hi.
But I'm not sure if we should hold it too.
Okay.
What, isn't,
Madam
you
Chair,
have a simple
think?
date?
on the screen as Paul, Camp, McLaughlin, Coombs, Oliver, you have 3 out of and you have an alternate. So technically you have 4.
That's pretty good for tonight. You sure you don't want to
Actually,
try it?
5.
I guess let's try it then.
Yeah, and Holly, do you have anything from HSAB on this?
I do have comments. Just bear with me. I'm working multiple different things at the moment. So where'd I go with it? Yep. I do. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, where'd I go with it? Why don't you present and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
How
go
was that?
ahead. You can present your gate.
Yeah, so it's the same gate we already discussed, and I just updated with the information where I'm showing some historical photo from like 1890 on the bottom right corner, which if you zoom in enough, you will see that there actually was a gate, which was pretty much to the top of the bottom block where the bricks start. And that's what we actually are kind of proposing, doing like a 5'8" tall gate to the top of that block and making it a vertical board, full board gate. Another part on the first page on the site plan, I'm also showing that we are proposing a fence right there, which would be also vertical board, same as the rest of the fence in the back of the 91 main, which actually also on the historical photo, you can see there was a fence, similar fence like that. It's pretty hidden behind the tree, but you can see that there was a tall gate and fence enclosing that whole property at that height, is kind of aligned with the blocks. And then the rest of the application, there is some photos looking at the whole street with other buildings and other fences.
So, and I just saw, okay, there in that upper left-hand corner, you can see that there already was a fence there, a natural to weather fence, which you want to change to 6 foot to match the gates.
Yes, to make it
Are the
will make more
columns-
sense.
So the columns are going to be 5'6", and the gate itself is going to be a little bit shorter? Or,
The column will be slightly above the block and gate will be aligned with the blocks. So
yeah, I think
it's like a 5'6".
okay, and, all right, so, now
So Madam
Holly,
Chair,
yes, go ahead.
yes,
Holly.
so apologize on that. This is the East Brick. Obviously, we all know this is individually significant, built for William Starbuck circa 1837 to 1839. The previous concerns, obviously, we're looking at the design and some historic information. I will say that historic photograph from the NHA, I did look it up and I did find it. It's actually from the 1870s, not 1890s.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually older than what's shown here. And it does show a gate as proposed. If the proposed gate matches the existing that's shown right now between 93 and 95, obviously this would be great to keep them in line and consistent. This obviously is the oddball, if you will. Then obviously it works and it's appropriate. I would just question the proposed height of the existing natural to wood fence to go to 6 foot. So if you see here, you zoom in as much as I can. So my understanding, this fence back here on the neighbor's property is 6 foot, and the intention is to raise it to that elevation. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so my recommendation would to make, if the commission is so inclined to approve this, in addition to the gate, is that it stays natural to weather. Because it does look like in the historic photograph down here that it's more of solid and a white nature, and I would hate to see that as white, even though that is shown there as that. So those are my comments for your consideration, Madam Chair.
Right. Thank you, Holly, for that. Anybody want to jump in on this discussion?
I will.
Go ahead, Val.
Thank you, Uri, for the photo of the historic structure and all the other places. That's really helpful. I think my only concern would be how the 6 foot natural to weather fence would transition to the gate fence. Would it butt
I think-
into the post?
Yeah, it'll go behind the post, but I think in this case we'll probably have to make it lower, so it would
So
be like
step it
5'8".
down. Yeah,
Step it down so it doesn't stick past that post. Yeah,
okay.
we'll
That was
make it
my
short,
question.
slightly shorter.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Diane,
Well, I think the fence in the back should stay as natural to weather and not call attention to a 6 foot fence. I don't think the fence things should be any higher than the beginning at the driveway end. It's hard to tell whether just because of the way the photograph is, but I would do that. I don't like the solid opening, gate opening. I think the going up with the top slatted or whatever, I think is better, but that is just my opinion. I think that the solid fence along that driveway, whatever you want to call it, is too harsh. You could see in that the picture you have of between 93 and 95 and 95, it's just so heavy. I guess it wouldn't be bad to go up to the height of the poles, but my opinion would be I like to see it a little lighter, like the one at the house on to the right where you see what they have under those windows. That's the fence I would rather see going across.
Hmm. Very good. Carrie,
I appreciate the historic photo, and I tend to agree with Holly on this one that a consistency is kind of nice with these buildings because they are so consistent with each other. So I'm okay with it as long as the natural to weather fence does not rise above the new height of the gates.
yeah, thank you, Carrie. I'm of the feeling that I would like it to be natural to weather. I think 6 feet in front of isn't the neighborly height. I think something shorter than 6 feet. I think right now it's probably what, about 4? I mean, you could compromise and go to 5, but I think putting it up as 6 foot right in front of their window is going to be sort of in your face. But natural to weather, I'm with Deb on that as well.
Yeah, we can do 5. We can do it 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then on the gate.
Yeah, of
I'm
course,
kind of
natural
with-
to weather.
Okay, Yuri. As far as the gate is concerned, I think Diane's right. I think the one with more detail goes with the style of these homes, even though those are inappropriately short. I think those were 6 feet with the opening or some sort of detail at the top. I think it really goes rather than having that mass of white block. So it sounds like we're a little bit split here, but what's the feeling of the board?
Well, the open top I'm not against that. If that's the consensus, to keep the existing style, but let it be raised. But the historic photo is solid, so I'm for that also. It's really just
Okay.
a matter of how many you get, I guess.
All right. Well, would anybody like to try a motion? I think we've got liftoff here.
I'll try.
Yeah, please, Val.
Motion to approve with the side yard fence being natural to weather at 5 feet and a transition to the gate post on the street. And the gates as shown with the existing
The
top
balusters.
balusters, yeah.
But at
1 foot of balusters.
The one with the balusters, yeah.
Yeah, would balusters be like 1 foot and the rest full?
I don't know what size is the whole fence.
The gate will be like 5'6" tall. So we
Yeah.
have 4'6" of board and 1 foot of balusters.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that the other ones are really plain, but I don't this has been there for a while, so it doesn't bother me to recreate it.
Okay,
And not
Okay.
not to exceed the stone base, correct? Of the house
yeah,
Yes,
in height, yeah.
Okay,
yes,
so the columns are the height of those corner blocks, and then the gate is lower than that.
slightly lower. Yeah,
Okay, do we have enough detail on that to give that a go?
Madam Chair, the gate is a foot lower than the
It sounds like that.
post.
So if it's 5'6",
no, not foot. I would,
I'd
can
say
we do like 3 inches, 4 inches?
4 inches. It shouldn't be too much.
so 4 inches
Yeah, I
lower
don't
means
want the
it's
post to stick out too
5
much.
foot 2. 5'2", is that okay?
sure.
Okay. I'll
That's my
take-
motion.
Thank you, Val. On Val's motion, Carrie?
Aye.
Diane? It's gonna look good. Diane?
I want to find out on the fence, the opening and shutting fence at the post. If it's 5'2", then we have a foot of balustrade going across, so that makes the fence 6'2". Which
No,
would go,
No,
No,
Yeah.
the
no,
whole,
the
What it-
column itself is 5'8", I think, or
5'6".
5'6", and we're going, the gate itself is going to be 4 inches shorter than that, 5'2".
okay,
total.
total, so you are including those balustrades in the fence itself, right?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
the little
The
detail there.
open. Yes, all right, that's the only reason I would vote for it, yes.
You could probably just add to what you have there. Anyway, all in favor of Val's motion, Diane? On Val's motion,
Aye,
Carrie?
Aye.
Aye, and I'm an aye. That carries.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Yuri.
I am not on this one if it's 43 Kendrick.
Madam Chair, we'd
Yes.
like to put this off until Thursday. I'm sorry to say, but
Okay, that's probably a good idea. You do have Camp, Coombs, Oliver, and, oh, Oliver, did you just say you can't be on it?
I wasn't on it.
Oh, you weren't on it. Okay.
No. I wasn't even there.
I
we're
believe you.
missing Ray and Jesse and John.
John, okay. All right, very good. So motion to, did somebody make a motion to hold for, do you want to hold this till Thursday or next week?
Thursday would be great, thank you.
Okay, I do-
hold to 43 Kendrick Street till Thursday.
yeah, I don't think Ray is going to be back by Thursday, but if you wanted Ray on this, you might want to wait till next Tuesday.
Madam Chair, if we just keep it on for Thursday and if
Yeah,
it can't be
okay.
heard, then we'll continue on to Monday
Okay.
or Tuesday, excuse me.
Okay, on Diane's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
and myself, aye. So that carries.
Thank you.
And Diane, yes.
Yes, aye.
Aye. All right, Mark Catone.
I don't see Mark Tone in the line here. Could be wrong, but don't see him.
14 Lincoln. Should we hold that then?
Motion to hold for representation.
Thank you. On
Right.
Val's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
I, and myself. That's a carry. So hold that. And then workshop, APD.
I do not see anybody from workshop.
Wasn't he just here?
He was, but
They're all scared of us.
Well, we're very opinionated. Well,
Yeah, he was here for 6 Village Way.
well, let's skip over. Should we just, let's not,
Hold
Hold for representation.
for representation.
okay, Diane, on your motion.
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
me, aye. Okay, we'll hold until he comes back.
and I
A
do not
turn.
see Merica here at all. But I
No
do see Joe, so we could go to the 10 if you want to hold 22 Easton.
Okay, we'll skip right over 22.
Mine will probably be be quick because Ray and Steve aren't here, and
True.
this is, I think with this property being in town,
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer to hold.
Oh, really? Come on.
Well, I mean,
Do this.
I think it's a simple application, but not everybody does. So
Which, is it 10
And I do have
Union?
comments, Madam Chair.
Sorry, which one is the 10 Union? Or which?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
the parking. It's a new parking area on Union. We made some adjustments to it, and it's a patio. We made simple adjustments to the patio, but Ray had a lot to say about the parking area. I don't know.
Okay, well, whatever your feeling is fine. We can hold it if you'd wish.
I think we should hold it. I
Okay, all right.
think I owe it to my client.
Yep, yep.
So I make a motion to hold 10 Union Street until Tuesday. So
Yeah.
if Ray's
That'll be
not going to be
fine.
back on Thursday.
Okay, very good, Diane. On Diane's motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself as an aye. That's carried over to Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody here for Atlantic Landscaping?
Let's see.
Is that Jesse?
No, it's
Lindsay.
Oh. I haven't
Pool
seen him in
Porch.
ages.
So we hold that then.
Okay, make a motion to hold the Lions Lane for representation.
On Diane's motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
myself, aye.
Can I vote on an aye even though I'm not included in that, to hold?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So that, and does that go with the new dwelling that should we ditto that?
I don't see him in the queue.
Park.
James.
Yep, I don't see James.
Okay. Gosh, well, and then there's no Atlantic Landscaping, and then we're holding Chips, and then we're into new business. I'm just moving ahead to see who we actually have here. Is Ben Shampoo here?
I'm here, yep.
Oh, great. Okay. Shall we just hold 11, that would be 11, 12, 13, and 14 till just hold it. We don't know when.
Yep.
Do I hear that motion?
Yes.
Okay, Carrie, on Carrie's motion, Val,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
Abby, aye. That carries. Okay, Ben,
Hi, everyone. Thanks.
you're probably not ready for us. We're just.
No,
Zoom.
that's all right. I'm ready.
You want to describe what you're doing?
Sure. So this project went before you with Nathan McMullen, and there's been a little confusion about. I submitted this sort of concurrently with Nathan's plans, and the HDC reviewed it and approved all of the hardscape, the pool and the pool terrace, and everything that is the house and work between the houses. So it's everything that's all been approved. And this application is really an amendment to include the elements that are south of the house. So those are the things that are in, if you scroll down in this plan. Oh, actually, this is just a pool plan. So just pull up, yeah, the larger plan. So, yep. So everything from the driveway out to the road. So it's essentially the septic system, which has a board form concrete 2-foot wall surrounding it, and a Belgian block apron and a gravel drive. So this is more to clean up the application. Most of this has been approved, and I think viewed by you guys once, but there was some language that existed on the COA that said that everything is approved except anything south of the house. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but.
I kind of recall that it might have been about the wall surrounding the septic.
Yeah, because we didn't know what that really was.
Gotcha. Okay, so we can. So that's what that's what I want to clear up now to get just to move forward with this and talk about what I have proposed, and if that's acceptable, and if it's not, what we need to do to get it acceptable.
I think we get it.
What is
gravel drive? Diane, did you want to go? Did I hear you? Or is that you, Carrie?
It's kind of me. I'm sort of talking to
Oh.
myself, wondering so is there a photograph of what the wall looks like, or?
Yeah, I have in one of the plans, I'm sorry, I can't remember which plan it's in, but there are some photos in one of these plans that show board form concrete walls. I don't have a septic system done in it, but there's a project where we've done other ones. And let's see. Not this plan, sorry. One of the other ones. Yeah, I think it's this one. Scroll down some more.
I see the colonial
No,
fieldstone.
that's not it. No. Go to the HDC plan 1.
Well, board form gives it the texture of the wood.
You're right. Yeah. Is that the one? I think that's the one. If you zoom in and scroll down. So down to the bottom and then zoom in. Yeah, okay, there you go. So if you zoom in on those walls.
Yeah, you see the imprint of the
Right.
wood. Looks like
And just as a little background to why I'm proposing this as a concrete wall, this is really driven by the Board of Health. These walls, as you probably know, need to be impermeable. They don't want to allow any leachate out of a raised septic system. So it's sort of a structure that contains the septic system in a confined area, and it's built with a membrane usually, and if anything escapes, it's held in by something impermeable like a concrete wall. So a stone wall wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able to do a stone wall unless it was veneered with stone, or you wouldn't be able to do a wood timber wall because it would rot. So there are material wise, we're sort of limited But I wanted to make it look a little nicer, so adding the texture of the board form seemed to be a good compromise. And then I'm proposing to screen it heavily because, I think that's appropriate too.
With grasses or something.
Bunch of different native plants, and this is a project that's also driven largely by the Concom, so it's all natives on this site, all the way up to the 50-foot buffer zone, which encompasses most of the property. So
Okay,
there's
Ben, thank you.
Yeah,
How tall is it? It's 2 feet? 2 feet.
Yeah.
For
And
me,
then it looked,
if I may go,
Mm-hmm.
for me, the one thing that's not sort of appropriate is the absolute shape of it, the form it takes. It looks like a little racetrack. And I just wonder if it can be at the street side at least, because that's where you have a little land, to let it slope down so it's not 2 feet there. And I see you're vegetating it quite a lot, but if you could grade up to that wall,
Sure.
just the approach to it is a more natural.
Yeah, and there's a if you scroll down, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'd like to be able to have that heavily planted. It doesn't need to be. I mean, I don't want to create a situation where it's washing into the driveway, But yeah, I actually wanted to keep the vegetation at the road, if at all possible, which would screen it even further.
Yeah, I understand the need for it, and that's my.
And the other thing that I think is worth mentioning is that sloping it up and having a tall grade at that end just kind of puts the neighbor's property at risk of washing into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if
Okay.
it's only 2 feet, it's
And
not.
Carrie, any more comments?
No, that's it. I think the Belgian block apron's fine. The driveway looks fine. It's a little formal, but it's fine.
Diane or Val, you want to weigh in?
I liked Carrie's idea.
Okay.
But
I
I
do
know
too.
Ben will screen it properly, so I don't have any concerns.
Oh, great. Okay. Diane?
No, I agree with Val and Carrie as to mush it in as natural as possible. And with the plantings, I think the drawing is hard because that's what you have to do. But I think it'll be more natural and overflow onto the walls when it gets to be a year old or so.
Yeah, the
So
idea.
I'm with them.
Okay, sorry, Dan. Thank you. Yeah, the whole idea is this really wants to be a natural site, and it's driven not only by my aesthetic on it, but by the Concom and the owners too. So we're all. It wants to disappear, but it has to be a raised mound septic to satisfy the Board of Health. So.
Very good. Do I hear a motion on this then?
Sorry.
What?
Motion to approve.
Very good. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. And Val, on your motion?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So where are we now?
I am not sure who is, if Steven's here. Or
21
19
meters.
Broadway?
What?
19 Broadway is the next one.
Sounds pretty
Oh.
easy. Roof change? Unless they want to do like a delft tile.
What's the material they want to replace it with? It doesn't say.
It doesn't say, no.
Okay,
And I-
motion to hold.
Oh my God in heaven. All right, thank you, Val. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and myself for an incomplete application.
Right.
Mhm.
So that jumps us up to Meter Street. Val Oliver.
Yes, it's for a fence,
Oh,
but we don't have enough people, right? Because Diane can't sit on it.
oh,
But I
Diane,
can
are you
talk on it.
recused?
Yeah, I live next door.
So
But
I'll
I would
hold.
like-
Okay,
For
do you
now.
want to hold, do you still want to do 55 though, while in it?
I think I do because it's pretty simple.
Well,
Yeah,
righty then. Let's just hold 21 Meter Street then. Do
So
I hear
moved.
that motion?
Oh, I can't.
You don't have a quorum, so you can't take any action, so you just slide right on over it.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, we're sliding over to 55 Wawinnet Road. Val Oliver.
Okay, so these are the two cottages from the corner of Washington Street that belong to NISDA. And they're moving over to a piece of property that already has a house that was moved on it years back at 55 Wawinnet. And these are the only two places that the Concom will let us move these cottages, which puts them a little bit of a slope. So if we're not modifying the buildings really huge too much. If you go to the elevations, they're just sitting on a lot that's sloped. So by virtue of that, there'll be the backside that has a bigger exposed.
Wonderful,
But
wonderful.
the vegetation will stay intact on the road. And I think the total height is this number one, cottage one? The total height is,
Yeah.
gosh, I don't know, Holly, I can't read it on the plan. I have like 20 feet or 19 feet.
Zoom in.
Well, these are
14 on
very sweet.
on one
Okay.
side, yeah.
Okay, I think we got it, Val.
Can we
Who
just see
wants
the,
to go?
can we see the site plan again? You've got some retainage.
I'll
in
go.
There, is that it right there? Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
retainage. And it's
Yep.
heavily screened on that northern property line.
So if you scroll down a little, I did do the aerial on
Oh.
this same page.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. And so a lot of that vegetation will stay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good.
None
We're
of it's
just trying
going
to
to
keep
go.
them as intact as we can, so there's not a whole lot that has to be done to them.
That's
Madam
good.
Chair, through you, may I ask a question to Val?
Yeah, yes.
Please, Holly, you're so polite.
Is is NISDA going to be applying for a second curb cut to the planning board, or have they done that yet? Because I see that it doesn't exist unless this one's going away and then this one's going to be the new one.
I do
just-
believe that that's the case, but I don't know.
Okay,
I
just
can
something to
find-
put on the radar. Yep.
Okay.
Don't want to hold them up because
I'll
again,
go.
as everybody's probably aware that this is a good reuse and we'd like to see those structures being done.
We
I'm glad
love
to see
it.
this.
Madam Chair, this is
Right.
Denise Allen. I'm here at the meeting and I know Val's representing, but I just wanted to answer Holly's question. And that that driveway cut, it's the new proposed driveway down at the bottom will be the only cut. That will have vegetation there where that is the current driveway that exists up at the top of the lot, but that will be replanted in there.
Is that part of this application, Val? The driveway?
It can be.
We know the material or anything, or the apron? I mean,
Denise, do you know what? We'll come back for that. the
yeah,
hard
let's
state.
just do let's do what's at hand here.
Okay.
Diane, did I hear you say something?
Yeah.
Diane?
I would like to say
Yeah.
that the buildings come, wait a minute. No, can't you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the buildings are the two furthest up on Meter Street for old Nizza cottages. And they're going to be used for students and visiting artists.
Yes,
And
as studios, yeah.
it's going to fit in with the whole proposal down the street a little bit of NISTA. And it has been severely gone over, and it's going to fit in, and they're going to cut down practically minus vegetation. So that is their proposal. And it's to be part of NISDA, the school. Thank you.
Yes, and
That's all.
if I may, you can see we're not sitting this up on a hill or retaining to fill it in. We're
It's so
actually
nice.
tearing it down into the grade so that it's like
Beautiful.
subterranean.
Very nice. Carrie.
Yes, I've spoken. I'm good.
Oh, sorry. And I'm just breathing a breath of fresh air looking at this. So do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve as submitted.
Yay. Carrie, on Diane's motion.
Aye.
Me on Diane's motion, yes. And that carries.
Thank you. And the
Aye.
next one
Aye.
is an even lower structure. It's all of 1010 on the front side. In the same
Right.
scenario. Right next to it.
And I would say the same thing.
Very good. On Diane's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Abby, aye. Diane,
Aye.
okay.
Thank you. We need to get those moved off. So thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome. Fun job.
Yeah. Wait till you see the barn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh, Chemo. Oh, we.
That was on
we told
hold.
that. Yeah. 30 Concubine Road.
Concubine? Is that what she said? What's the name of it?
MCA. Moore College of Art. That's where I went to
Do
school.
we have Mark
Mark
or anybody?
Patone.
Yeah, I don't see anybody from his office or him.
Where is everybody?
On vacation?
What
What's that?
is Yorgi in coming up? Is he in the queue? No, okay.
Motion to hold
Brooke
for
isn't here either.
representation.
Yeah, okay, well, motion to hold for representation for 32 Woodbine.
Yeah.
That is whose motion?
Mine.
Mine. Okay.
Val.
Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
aye. Abby, and Val again.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there we go. $15B Greglin. Yorgi. Wait, it's icy out there.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm so glad we don't have to drive right now. Yeah, it's super icy. I can hear them crunching down the street.
I don't see.
Yorgi. Okay. Mr. Topham.
Well, motion to hold 8 for representation.
Okay. 15B Greglin.
Yeah.
Okay. On Val's motion, Diane.
Aye.
Carrie.
Aye.
I myself and
Aye.
Val.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Can we survey the queue and see actually who is here?
I see Ben Norman's here.
I have one.
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see that one.
Where is Ben? Who's first, Carrie or Ben?
I don't see anyone from Joe or Permits Plus. So the next possibility by what I'm looking at would be 7 Village Way.
Okay,
with
so
Luke.
let's hold 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that your motion, Val?
Yes,
moved.
that,
Okay,
That
9, 10, 11,
Yes.
12. On Val's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane, Abby,
Aye.
myself, I, and Val on your motion.
aye, although those were very simple when I looked at them, but okay, hold.
Oh, what do you, so you want to open one of them? Well, I guess. we
No,
can't.
keep going.
Okay, 7
keep going.
Village Way, Thornwell Designs.
This is me. I'm happy with a 3-person board. One of the only ones, I guess. So this is Village Way, and the way Village Way goes, it goes around in a loop. And this is sort of in the middle of the loop, kind of. Yeah, there it is. So it's an existing house, and on the front elevation, they want to change the front door. There are 2/2 windows. The front door is just a solid door, and they'd like to put in a 4-light door to match the 4-light with 2 panels below to match the windows next to it. And then on the rear elevation, they'd like to swap out all the 15-light doors and make them, what did I got? I think 4-light doors.
4.
They also go with the windows.
Nice.
I think that's great. Motion to approve.
On Val's motion, Diane.
Aye.
On the motion, Abby, aye. Diane, on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, that
Aye.
passed. Good job.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Again. I hope so.
I think everybody's out there having a Happy New Year, and we're the only ones working.
Really? Nobody's having a happy. Everybody's home from Omicron.
But nobody's coming to the meetings.
All right, Madam Chair, I do not see Sophie. So do you want to hold that one?
Mm-hmm. I think.
And
we
we're
do.
holding Linda's, right?
Oh, God. Yes.
Motion
So-
to adjourn.
Well, so could we just, anybody else in the queue? Should we do a whole batch again? Oh, there's Ben Norman.
Here. So we jump to Ben.
Yeah. Sophie's not here, but we've got to hold her. So motion, do I hear a motion to hold Sophie?
Motion.
One more. Diane, Val on Diane's motion.
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
me, aye. Diane on your motion.
Aye. Aye.
That just went by and now we have Ben Norman.
And where is Ben on here at the end?
Page, so we have to go through all.
What number are you, Ben?
Number 32.
32 through 35.
Well, we've got to do all these in front of you, unfortunately.
Okay, no problem.
Let's just make sure we're not missing somebody.
What about the solar? What about Katuitt Solar, 24 South Shore Road? Is she here?
Anybody see her?
Where is that on the agenda?
Number 22, 14 Oak Hollow Lane. Is that the one you mean?
No, what I was saying was 24 South Shore Road.
I don't see
Rooftop
that.
solar.
Oh,
Number 20.
Do we see her?
I didn't see her.
All
I
right,
have
I'm
to
gonna-
say, I looked at that one and it's super easy. It's the rear on Augie's old concrete building.
Oh. Why don't we look at it?
Yeah.
All right, let's, is there anything before that that we should be?
Yes,
Holding?
numbers 16 through.
JB's not back?
JB here.
16 through 19.
Hold for representation.
Yes. Yes, okay, on Carrie's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
me, aye, and Carrie,
Aye.
aye. So, okay, we're at 24 South Shore Road.
Okay.
We will get
Rooftop
that right
solar.
up to you in a second.
See if you can find it.
I think it's funny. You can see like some people have their faces and some people have just boxes with their name.
Who do you see?
I see Chip Webster, but he's held all his, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
He just likes to watch. Who else?
I do like to watch. I don't want to miss it.
In case we're talking about him. Like,
Got nothing better to do on a Tuesday night, right?
Well, you could go to the Muse.
so this is solar. This is the solar application.
Yes.
What's
Oh, good.
behind that? Oh my God.
Quilt. She took a photo of it.
Yeah, so here I am representing it and I'm not even representing it.
One too, briefly. So I'm with you on the simplicity.
This
and-
is the big concrete building in Augie's lot there, and it faces the rear, which backs up to other properties. There's no road there, so it's, in my opinion, and you know how I am about these, is appropriate, and it's a black roof.
And it's a black roof, and does it cover the whole thing?
Yeah.
I believe it does, but scroll down so we can look.
Consistent.
No,
quite.
I see it.
Yeah.
Huge.
You know, if they put that down on the bottom instead of at the top, we'd probably see less of it.
I don't think you're going to see it at all.
I don't either.
All right,
Unless
let's
you're-
go for it.
Motion to approve is submitted.
Okay, on Val's motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
aye, me, aye. Val, and yours.
Aye.
Okay, that passes.
What does Chip think?
Ah.
I think it's great. I really do.
Ah.
Now, where does that put us?
David
24.
Nagy's. Is David Nagy's here?
Cathcart.
4.5 clock road, color and change. Oh, that's pretty. Whose sunset is that? Oh,
That was mine, Madam Chair.
Are we looking at a color change indoors? Or no? Without the representation? I think that's kind of not fair because everyone else with no representation isn't getting looked at either. If
yeah,
there's a-
but we could say no.
Let's just keep going and see who is here.
Okay. Well, we know Ben's here.
Can we skip ahead and go to Ben without having to push them all off, or should we just push them all off?
Let's push them all off. That's 21 to
31.
And Ethan is here, Ethan McMorrow, so we could go back to, where's his?
What number is he?
15 and 16.
on
Madam
old,
Chair, I believe David Nagus just signed in right now for number 21.
Number 21, Cathcart. All right, we have a winner. And it's right after the next one. Okay. Can we take a look at 4.5 Cathcart Road?
Yes, and then we can go back to Ethan.
Mm-hmm. Color change and doors. Existing mahogany doors, no change. Change existing Dutch door to a black.
Where's the Dutch door? I don't see it.
I don't see it either unless it's behind that.
Scroll down and see if there's any more info of where the Dutch door is. Oh. Those are all French doors.
Gosh, do you have to take it through the tree?
What's he? Sometimes you can't do anything better than that.
Can we take a look at?
Well, I think that kind of speaks to the issue, though.
Right,
You can't
right.
see it.
Okay.
Let me go back to Ethan.
David, would you like to present your project?
Hi, yes, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yep, we can hear you.
The architects will do a few little changes on this one. I'm kind of helping it out. So this house actually was, at first it was intended for this. It's recently sold and it was intended almost to take it down, but clients decided to keep it, everything.
David, excuse me, is there something else that you have on that we can't hear you clearly? Is there something else? Gosh, do you have to YouTube or?
Can you hear me now? I'm sorry.
You can't do anything better.
Somebody's
Oh,
talking.
I think it's Carrie.
Well, I think that kind of speaks to the issue, though.
Right, okay, go ahead, David.
Go back to Ethan. Somebody has YouTube on.
Would you like to present your project?
Yes, can you hear me now? Hi, yes, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yep, we can hear you.
Madam Chair, it is the applicant, David. He needs to take his YouTube off.
Okay, I think he just muted himself. This is too bad because this looks really easy. Can somebody unmute him or is that impossible? Oh my gosh. There he is. Can we unmute David?
Back to Ethan.
There he is.
YouTube on.
Like to present your project?
Yes, can you hear me now? Yes.
Where is your YouTube on?
Dave, there's something else on in your home that's keeping us from hearing you. Okay.
Okay, can you, I'm not sure, but it looks like somebody
This is
is,
too bad because this looks really easy.
excuse me, can you hear me now?
We can hear you, but we're hearing
Echo or
and from the YouTube station.
Oh, you know what? I apologize about this one because I have it YouTube set up. Yeah, so you're getting double. Hold on, let me.
There he is. Can we unmute David?
Yeah.
There he is.
On.
Present your project?
Yes, can you hear me now? Yes.
Where is your YouTube on?
Dave, there's something else on in your home that's keeping us from hearing you.
Let me give me 1 second, please. Okay, can you? I'm not sure, but it looks like somebody is.
Too bad because this looks really easy.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, if you can hear me. So basically not much of a change. We changing the existing doors which are failing to exactly the same match. The only ones we're keeping is the ones in the front of the house. which this one is the back of the house. So in the front of the house, there are two, yes, right here, mahogany doors and one Dutch door. So Dutch door will be able to save it because it's not compromised, and everything, all our doors exterior, we're replacing with, existing to match, but the clients would like to switch the color, the black, and paint existing windows black as well, and change the trim color
To black?
No, to the, let me see it. If I'm not mistaken, that was gray, one of the gray colors approved by HDC. Not the Nantucket gray, the Quaker gray, I believe.
Mhm. Okay. Okay, very good. Would anybody like to start?
I don't have a problem with this application.
Very good. Carrie? Or Diane?
No, I don't. If the trim is going to be gray, platinum gray is the lightest gray. I think we do. I wouldn't mind that. I would not like to see all black. I don't think it's in keeping with the house, that black trim. I don't mind the Dutch door. I think that's fun, and I think it goes with the house. So that's all.
David, did you want to explain what the black was?
Yes, so trim color is not black, just window sashes and the doors. We're kind of matching the same detail, which clients saw it and they like it. It's going right now on 56 Monomoy Road, and they have it, black window sashes and black doors. I believe they keep an existing white trim, but we believe that it will go a little bit nice in contrast with a Quaker gray. Next to the black doors and black window sashes, but no black trim, no black, anything else, just the window sashes and the doors.
Okay, so, sorry, who just went? Was that?
I did.
And what did you say?
I said I didn't want black sashes or black window trim and white. I don't think black and white is appropriate in this house. I think
Right.
the gray with the black would be all right, and I don't mind the Dutch door.
Okay, all right, very good. Val? Oliver?
You.
Carrie?
What?
What do you think?
I'm good with this.
Oh, Val, you're okay with the black sash?
Yeah.
And gray doors? Okay. Carrie? Did Carrie disappear?
I'm muted.
Well, I think-
Sorry. I'm just concerned about the roof walk. Is that going to be
black?
Quaker gray also? Black.
It's not black.
Yes, that was a kind of like to match everything. But if you think it's rather stay white, obviously we could consider to keep it white.
No, I think it should all be the same trim.
Yes, we kind of thought not to mix too many colors, just kind of keep it two colors, trim, gray, and whenever, doors and sashes black. So, but it's really up to you, whatever you think would look the best, historically correct.
No, it should all match. I just wanted to make sure the roof walk was in there,
Yes.
part of it.
Gosh, we have 2, 4, and 2. I have to think. Is anything else in the neighborhood have that black sash gray trim? Anything else in the neighborhood that?
So the one which I saw it, which is right in the neighborhood, few houses down, is 56 Monomoy. They doing black sashes, black doors, and white trim. They doing right now actually shingle and finishing the. But they kept it white trim, which,
I think it will make it not stand out as much myself.
Oh, the gray. I like the gray.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. I'll go along with that. So, Val, was that a motion?
I will make that motion to approve.
Okay, on Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
and I'm an aye as well. Okay, thank you very much, David.
Thank you very much. Sorry about technical issues.
Not to
Bye-bye.
worry. Okay,
Okay,
now,
back to Ethan.
okay,
15, 28 North Water.
Shush.
I didn't realize how fast you guys were going tonight.
we're at a
Neither did
fast
we.
Yeah. So this is an old house and they want to put a shed dormer on the back. And also in the rear, there's kind of an addition that you could see right there on the west elevation. That's all kind of wonky and rubber roof. And they want to remove that and make a proper addition and add the doors. And take out the Anderson French doors and put in those more 6-light doors.
Can we see the site plan again?
It's right on the corner there.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Carrie.
I was just gonna say, I appreciate the new shed roof on that piece. I would think this, in my view, is fine, except that the French doors should be a little more historic. Maybe kick panels at the bases, something a little more historic, rather than full modern 6-light, because those read as quite modern. Other than
That's not visible from the public way.
yeah,
I agree. I like the panels myself, but the homeowners didn't want it.
well, I think it's more appropriate. But that's all I got.
Oh, sorry, Val.
I think it's generally okay. Will there be any visibility of the 4 windows on the south when you're coming down the street?
You have to go into the driveway and look down. If you go to the photographs, I tried to take a picture from across the street looking down there. Not the other side. Sorry. There should be another
I mean,
photograph.
you can see through the arbor.
Yeah, it's right there.
Right.
So what we're doing is there's 2 existing windows in the rear. We want to reuse them by putting them on that side, because they're old windows. We didn't want to just, on the rear of the house is 2 existing windows. We want to place them on the back side where the other existing windows are. And you look at my elevation of existing proposed.
Madam Chair.
Yeah, oh, well, I'm so sorry, Holly. Yes, of
That's
course.
okay. So I just want you to know that since these are newly applications, these have not gone to HSAB yet. I have requested it to.
Okay.
So I want you to just keep in mind that this is a 1768 typical Nantucket. So it is an oldie. And I would respectively request getting HSAB's consideration if you all are not gung-ho on approving this evening. I do think that this is on that curve of North Water. So you're gonna see that elevation on the south that Val was bringing up. You're going to see at a certain distance that shed dormer addition. And of course, any window changes, and I apologize if I didn't catch that, Ethan, but any window changes, obviously we want to have a window survey to discern the age. So
Right, that's why I had the windows in the back. We wanted to save them and reuse them because they're original. The windows we're replacing are modern Brosco 6/6. You go to the other elevation, you'll see it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And also, I will notate that this style to have the 2/2s or looks like what, 2/1s in some spots.
That's the front.
Okay. Typically there would be a 6/6, so that's interesting. That must have been a change done.
No, I
maybe in the
agree. I think originally, according to my photographs, they were 12/12s. Then, as you know, like during after the post-Civil War era, people went to this Victorian era and did the 2/2s. And then at some point, the front windows were 2/1s. We're not touching any of that stuff. We're just taking the existing windows in the back, replacing that. Well, it's a 2/1 modern window by that door on the.
Through you, Madam Chair, I would just, it would, what you just said, replacing Broxco is great. That's awesome. I don't see that on here in the application unless I missed it. So that would be something that I would request to have. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't write it on the application.
Thank you.
Okay. And what did I want to say? You on that third floor dormer, you have clapboard on the side there?
No, that's just, I didn't copy the little shingle pattern.
Okay.
It's shingles.
Yeah. And you have
I mean-
dropped it off the ridge line, what, 6 inches?
I tried to do 6 to about it's almost 10 inches actually, about 8 inches, I'd say. Because it's a wood roof. It's got the little cap on it. Yeah, I did drop it off like it's required.
Yeah, I would like to see that dropped a tiny bit more to give it, you know, like just a smidge.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just a
and then-
drawing thing.
It's just a drawing. Okay. So, go ahead, Val.
The only concern I have is the south with the ganged windows and the doors on the rear, which we know can't be seen, but I would like to see what HSAB has to say, since it is
Well,
such
send
an
it
old
back.
house. Generally, Ethan, it's
Yep.
great.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine.
Okay, all right. Is that a motion, Val?
Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
very good.
I'd like to speak, Abby.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I think that as long as the age of the house is very old, whether the customers wanted a kick panel on the bottom of those 4 French doors or 2, 4, 2, 4, 6. I would like to see it. It is more keeping in the house. The house has got a good age and needs to be preserved as closely as can be with what it's been there since 17 odd. So I would like that. I would like the dormer reviewed by HACCP whether it can fit in also. But I think that the 4 windows on the south elevation are also questionable. The rest of the house is so basic that I have a question with those new things going in. That's all.
Very good. So you're in favor of going back to HSAB?
Yes.
Very good. So on Val's motion, Diane,
That's going back to Hashem, right?
That's
I'm
right.
for that. Yes.
Carrie,
Aye.
and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Very good. And I'm an aye. So that's going back to Ash. Diane, could you take over for a bit as chair?
Yep. What do we
Excellent.
got?
I'm going to step out for a bit.
What do we got next?
It's 11 D Street.
Okay.
So- This was Bernie Bartlett's property,
Oh,
and his daughters now own it.
right.
And so, see that truck there? There's a shed behind it. I
Yep.
got, so Bernie, as you know, he was my landlord. Basically took a garage and picked it up, added another foundation to it out of wood, and then added a fiberglass door. And you could see under the door, he added more kick panels because the door didn't fit all the way. So what we did is on this property, we needed 200 square foot buildings. We wanted to save this. So what happens was I got approval to pick it up on that location. It's on the property line. Pick it up off the property line, move it to the other side of the property within the setbacks, remove 88 square feet of it to make it conform to zoning. And then remove in the process, it has a proper foundation, so the building gets shortened. So we all have approval for all this stuff. The problem is the building is just so goofy and wonky. When they're gonna pick it up, it's gonna fall apart. So we want permission to demo it because there's nothing left of it except we're adding new roof, windows, doors, and foundation. So, and shingles. It's really,
There's nothing left.
yeah.
Do we have an age on it?
I talked to his daughters and they say it's been around probably since the 50s or kind of modified. It's been modified over the years. They said every time, he does them.
If we did let you take it down, the new one would be the same thing?
It's what you see is exactly the same thing except 200 square feet in my drawing right there. It's what I got approved for.
Madam
Okay,
Chair,
and yes,
there is an HDC survey from the 1980s, back when Franklin Bartlett owned it. So I think that was Bernie's dad.
That was.
So it may have been his time frame. There is no age associated with the survey, so it's hard to give you any other information other than that it's associated with a garage.
Yeah, I'm just going with what the family told me.
Yeah, so I would definitely say it was linked to Franklin. Other than that, nothing else tangible. There doesn't even give me hardly any information. And again, this is the reason why we're updating our surveys.
Does MAB weigh in on it?
None of these did. That might be an idea. If you're in that consideration, we can definitely have that set up. But no, this did not go to MAB.
I mean, I already have approval.
I don't think
do
it needs
this.
to. I think it's making it smaller, so.
right. So Val, do you want to begin and make any comments?
No, I don't have any concerns making
Okay.
it what it was approved to be.
All right, what about you, Callie?
I agree.
All right, and I do too. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve is submitted.
Thank you. Callie?
Carrie, aye.
Carrie, I'm sorry.
No worries. It's a cute name. I'll take it.
Well, I was thinking Callie Pierce. All right, and I am an aye, and Val?
I'm an aye on my motion.
So, thank you. We have a
Thank you.
motion for you.
you.
Franklin would be pleased. So what is our next one? Norman was here, right, Norman?
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Well, wait, now.
Madam
anybody-
Chair, it
Yes.
looks like we have Karen with Tuit Solar, which would be number 2214 Oak Hollow Lane.
Okay, well, let's do that. 14, number 14.
She should also be told that number 12 passed. I think it was number 12.
No, 20. 20's already passed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
approved.
Now she's gone.
Okay, so we have, do we have done everything up? No, we've got 14
She
Hollow.
leave?
Do we have
Oh, no,
14
she's-
Hollow Lane, Oak Hollow Lane, rooftop solar? Is that what you're saying?
Madam Chair, you skipped one of mine that's before that. It's the
We
rain.
approved it.
You what?
We approved it already.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you. All right. Okay, so this one is Brad Henke's, and it's at the end of a 450-foot long driveway that has a curve at the end before it gets to the public way, so there's no way to see up that driveway. The array is on the front of the house. It's a neat rectangle, but there's no way to put it on the back because the back is northeast. It's a steep roof. This is the only place it can go.
Or
There's
on the ground.
Yeah, there's a huge amount.
Yeah, the owner does not want it on the ground. He wants it rooftop. So I'm presenting it to you as he requested. And it's not visible at all from any public way.
Okay. Somebody want, Val, you want to begin?
No, because no, you know what I'm gonna say.
Right. Carrie?
Can we see the site plan where the house is situated? Okay, I'm familiar with Oak Hollow. It is a dead end. A lot of this is wetland. I mean, the question is, if this was ever subdivided and there was a new way in there, and then it's on the front of the house totally exposed. As it is now, I agree that it's not visible. I actually did a house on this road, so I'm very familiar with it. That being said, this is a humongous property and he could easily put it on the ground.
Yeah.
I think this is really hard. I don't.
Well, we could always go for revisions and Karen could take it back to him and explain that we have certain rules and this is one of them.
Yeah, I'm not always a rule follower in this case, but because the property is so humongous and there is plenty of space to put it on the ground, I think that should be looked at.
Right, because there are places that are pretty far away, Meadowview Drive and all that stuff that does have a view across. And if you were out just driving down Meadowview, you might not understand that you can see across, but if you look at the site plan, with his property, and it really doesn't matter that it's, I think wetlands because it's raised up out of the soil anyway. So it's just a thing to consider. I would like to hold for revisions. I would suggest holding for revisions and seeing if it could be put on the road or on the land, So
What
that's
about
what.
the porch?
What'd you say?
What about the porch? There's a side porch that's southeast.
Right.
It's a hip roof and there's no way to put you can't see it the way it's but that southeast is a hip roof. And you can't put panels on it. It would not be large enough anyway, even if it wasn't. I know the owner is not going to want to put it in the ground. It is a lot of wetland. And as far as I know, we cannot install in a wetland, just like we can't build in one. So I don't know what to say, but I can tell you that it's not visible from anywhere. I've checked everywhere and there's no way to see it.
Well, then I say, let's hold it and we'll do a view.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Val. Thank you. So on Val's motion to hold it and do a view, Carrie?
Aye.
I'm an aye, and Val is an
aye.
Aye. So that's how it holds. It's going to be a hold for further information and a view.
Thank you.
Okay. So now on this disaster mess here, we've done 24 South Shore. So are we now down to Ben's new dwellings at 20 Gladlands?
No, are we going to go through this list or we've already gone through?
Madam Chair, we need to hold 23, which is 22 Eel Point Road for emeritus.
Yeah.
Motion to hold.
All right, there's a motion to hold. Val?
Aye.
Callie?
Aye. Aye.
And I'm an aye. So that passes So that is that. And now which one next? What about 12 Lola Place? Jeff Marash. I didn't see him here.
Where is that?
I,
The next one says 14 Brewster.
what about you at, what about you at 4 White Street?
That's not on this agenda before you.
Oh, it's, yes, it is too.
Where?
All right, well, let's do what we have next. What did
Well,
you say?
14 Brewster isn't here and I can't sit on it anyway.
Okay, what about
so
5 Left Road?
That's Karen again.
Are you still here, Karen?
Oh, I'm here.
You want to do 5 Left Road?
Sure. Yeah. So this is on a small garage. It's a new construction. It's on the back dormer. The pictures you're looking at right now, well, that's the back dormer, but the pictures beforehand that face the road, that's the front. There's no panels on the front. It's all in the back. It's obviously not visible from Left Road. And I went around the back to Rudder and you can't see it from there either because of buildings and vegetation. There's no visibility from Rudder as well.
I would concur. I know where this is and I think this is approvable. It's in an appropriate location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I get a motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay. Carrie?
Aye.
I'm an aye. And Val?
Aye.
All right, that is an approval of 12 Left Road, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Now, do we have somebody for 9 Millbrook? Or don't we do
Great,
that?
wait, returning the page here. I think I have a different agenda from you.
Well, I did mine in the morning and because then there's nobody around to help me get it in the afternoon. So, because the next I
Next
have
one
9,
is 9 Hawk Circle, but it's Mirka, 13 Woodbury, Mirka.
12B Hollow
Let me
Hollow.
see.
Madam Chair, we do have JB Studio back for 30 Devon Street, which was actually passed for hold for rep, but he's here.
Okay, 30 Devon Street Guest House Provisions.
Hello again. Yeah, I am here if you are able to come back to
Alrighty.
that.
Tell us what you're doing.
So we are proposing some changes to the previously approved, pretty much removing the dormers that were kind of wrapping around the corner on the other mass. So we are actually reducing the size of the dormers and to align the eaves and make the roofs work better with the dormers. We are proposing to raise the main ridge by 1 foot and reduce size of the dormers, pretty much aligning the eaves on the dormers and on the roof, on the main roof too.
How tall are we talking about?
We're going to 25 feet.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, let me see. And the top, your ridge is, oh, that's what you lifted by 1 foot?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the total height is 25 feet.
All right, well, let's see what people think, okay?
Yeah.
Carrie,
Can I see the site plan?
House is just so weird.
Yeah, it's just funny that the front door is on
There
the
isn't a front door.
smaller, well, it's just this tiny, it's the little thing with the tiny little porch, right?
Yeah, that's the front. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we go back to the elevations? I really think that's the only thing you'll see. So that east elevation.
the east elevation is the front?
isn't it?
The east is the front, yeah, this is the front door.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, it's not a very impactful building because it's not so tall. And we've had others before with the main quote unquote mass. You know, for me, this is like the smallest piece is where the front door is, and that's kind of a little funny. But I think in this location, I think it's okay. I do think the dormers work better in this new option in the proposed because you're taking away that long thing in the back and it goes away kind of. And I'm not sure the other elevations will be as visible.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the first floor is better, it's not visible. Second floor is, of course, a little more, but they are not visible from the south and west.
Okay, I'll see what everyone else says. I think it's okay.
All right. Val?
Yeah, I got nothing. It's better than it was.
Okay, so how would you like the motion worded?
Approved because it's better than it was?
Yeah.
Motion to approve the revisions as submitted.
Okay, that's good. Carrie?
Aye.
And I'll be an aye too. So there you go.
Great, thank you.
So you've got
Again.
some more. Don't you have another one?
Oh, I think I submitted the next one.
No,
It's
we're down to 14 Brewster Road this time now, right?
Yeah, but they're not here.
Okay, we did 5 Left Road. Is Isaiah here for 9 Millbrook?
No, wait, you're jumping around again. Sorry.
All right, what do you all have next?
We
After
have
9?
like 6 that are Mirkas.
Yep.
I
Okay,
would motion to hold those for representation.
Okay, thank you. Carry on Val's motion,
Aye.
and I'm an aye too, and Val's an aye. So those are going to be held for representation. So now we're down to 20 Gladlands, right?
Yes, to Ben. Yeah.
To Ben. We're starting with the new cottage.
Yeah, you guys ready for me?
Abby back?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening. It was nice.
We need you.
All right. I know it's hard with just 3. It's no fun. I'm back if you want, Diane.
Okay, goodo. Anyway, you're starting off with 20 Gladlands new dwelling.
Okay.
You guys ready for me?
Yep.
So if this feels like deja vu, it sort of is. You guys approved a whole new kind of development for this property about a month ago. In the interim, the property's changed hands. So the new owners would like a different house. So the house that I'm presenting tonight, I think you'll find it's a foot shorter, it's a lower eave lines, a pretty simple structure. I did include the previous approved so you can compare. The building is in the same location that we approved the previous one, but it is a new design. What is still carrying over is that we did have a move off demo of the existing structure in the existing garage. So that approval is still good. And actually the pool that we had approved is still good because it remains in the same location. But that we are applying for new applications for new structures based on the new homeowners' wishes.
Very good, Ben. Looks quite stellar. Anybody have a feeling about this yet?
I'll go.
Okay, Val, thanks.
I actually like the change to this, Ben. Thank you. It seems more rural and more in keeping with the area. The other one was a little bit more formal. And the 6/6 windows, just, it's good. I think it's appropriate.
Excellent. Thanks, Val. Diane?
I am too, I just would like on the south elevation, those 3 ganged windows. I don't know if they're at the kitchen and that's why they're there, but they should be spread apart if possible. And Ben, how tall is this building?
I believe it's 24'9".
Okay, and
Yeah.
I don't
That is
know.
the kitchen window though. The number 4 windows, that's the kitchen.
Yeah, I figured it was.
Yeah.
What, I don't know because I happen to like it, but I just wonder if perhaps the chimney should come down like a foot.
Sure, yeah.
It's a nice chimney and I appreciate it. But on the south elevation, it looks tall. And if you see it on the west elevation, it's just about right. So that's why I thought just take a foot out of it and it would bring it down a little bit on the south elevation.
Sure.
That's all. I'm not
Great,
sure.
Diane, thank you. Carrie?
Yeah, I've got no other comments. I think it's appropriate for this area.
Yeah, I'm ditto with you. Bring down the chimney a little bit and you've got an okay.
Motion to approve with the foot off the chimney height.
Okay, there it is. Diane?
Aye.
Carrie?
Aye.
Me, aye. And Val, on your vote there?
Aye.
Aye, there it is. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks. No, we'll do the cottage next, second dwelling.
And this one's gonna be 30 feet high, right?
Ben gets it, you know?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
just gets Nantucket.
Yeah, and we can relax. We don't have to fight for it.
Mickey trained me well.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is I guess little guest cottage in the back of the property. What are we, 22'6" or something? Something. It has a front door on it, even though it's facing the side yard neighbor's house, but we still put a little front door on the back.
So appreciate that.
And we'll keep in mind going to the next elevations. I don't know who's running the show here, but here we go. So that the south faces the pool, so it's a little bit more of a pool house approach. But it's a cute little building.
It is.
I would
Make a
concur.
motion to approve.
Yep.
Everybody's get in line because everybody wants to approve it. So who made that motion?
Diane.
Diane, okay. Val, on the motion.
Aye.
Carrie?
Aye.
Abby, yes. So, and Diane on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, that carries.
So now it's,
So now we have a garage studio that's up by the house.
oh,
What are we at here? 20, I don't know what the height is, 20 something. But pretty standard, yeah, 22.
it's 21, 11 1/4.
A quarter, yeah. Can't forget
Yeah,
that.
get that
Site plan
quarter
related
in.
house.
Yeah, all the details to match the house. It's to the left of the house.
Can we see the site plan just so
Yep.
we get where it is? There you go.
There it is. Oh,
Okay. I'm good with
Carrie,
that.
did you want to continue? Did you say?
I'm good with that.
Okay. And Diane, did you comment on this?
No, I think it's good.
And Val?
I concur completely.
All right, great. I just saw this detail. I was walking in the woods in Lily Pond and I saw this neat detail on these, if we look at your elevations there where you have a, you know, sort of that well, it's not really that. We'll see where you have your porch and you have a, yeah, whatever that is, a 4x4 holding up the thing.
Mhm.
They put like a foot of trellis around it and they grow something and it makes it completely disappear. It's on one of the backs of the houses at Lily Street, and it's just like a trellis, but it's a foot that goes around that post.
Like a
And
little
it
box.
completely takes away that, the whole starkness of it. Anyway, so on that motion, who made it?
I'll make it.
Okay, Val. On
Aye.
Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby. Val on the motion. Your
Aye.
motion. Okay, there it is.
And
Yes,
so the
you're
final
having,
thing is a cabana, the very back of the property, behind the house, behind the pool. It's kind of a funky design, I realize, but really, I think visibility is none. So,
How tall is it?
what is it, 14.8 or something like that, 14.6?
yeah,
What are the roofs on all these?
I know.
Cedar, red cedar shingle.
Nice, okay. All right, do I hear a motion on this one? Or do
Yeah.
we want to make
It is
change?
a little funky, but the location of it is very private behind the house. So 4 for 4 in my mind. Who does?
Right.
I don't know.
Ben can pull that off.
Yeah, who can get 4 for 4?
Yeah,
Ben?
so I'll make that a motion, Carrie, and Val on the motion,
Aye.
and Diane,
aye.
and myself, aye. And Carrie is an aye.
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Ben.
Have some champagne when you get home.
Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, for the 4 for 4.
Yeah, right.
Better
Doesn't
than
have to-
Madam Chair,
Yes,
Brooke is here.
okay,
14 Union Street, and I have requested staff to send this to HSAB. So if you wanted to take a look at it, I would respectfully request it to go to HSAB for their review.
additions and
Both of them.
penetration.
Yeah, hey, Abby,
Yes, sir.
it's Brooke, thank you. I think the amount of information on this building, I'd rather than opening it up in this meeting now, I think it should go through HSAB first. I was honestly not expecting it to get this far tonight.
That's
I've
very
got like,
noble of you.
I've got
to send it to
probably
HSAB.
20 pages of photos and other documentation. So I think it makes sense to have the HSAB kind of pre-chew it.
Okay, on your recommendation, do I hear a motion?
Motion to,
Motion to hold for HSAB review.
There it is, Val. Diane on Val's motion,
aye.
and Carrie,
Aye.
and I'm an aye, and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Brooke, for
All right,
that.
thank you. And then there's a shed, which probably should just track.
Yeah,
Yes.
make a motion to track the shed for Dean Union.
Yep, and I guess we have to vote on that, so that's
Oh,
Diane.
and next one's Ethan.
There it is, Val, just said.
All right, thank you.
Terry, and myself is an aye, and that goes as well, Terry. That is a track.
Right.
Which leaves us at 4, no, that leaves us at 3 to Timo.
Timo, which is out in Hummock Pond. Ethan just texted me. He's picking someone up at the boat. So can we hold his
Absolutely, let's not even, yeah, should we just?
motion to hold for representation?
All righty then, Val, you're so good. Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
myself, and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Yes,
And we
yes.
got Norman back, and we got Ben back again.
Oh, good. Okay, let's try it out again.
Okay. So hopefully this is
Nice.
an easy one. About a month ago, you approved this house on Nantucket. And the homeowner literally wants the design to be mirror imaged. They like the house, they like the design, they just want to reorientate it so that the east is now on the west side. So it's literally just mirror imaging the previous approval. There's no real design, literally no design change, just mirror image of itself.
Okay.
You're testing us.
It's a weird one, I realize, but Kathy wants to put her garden to the west, and she has this vision of how she wants to
I
do the
would
garden.
motion to approve this.
I was thinking the same thing. Carrie on Val's motion.
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
Abby, aye. Val on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, there it is.
Okay,
you.
so, oh, wait, he's got another one.
Uh-oh.
Nantucket Road.
No, Ethan just told me that the owner of his project is on the line, so we'll go back to that person.
Uh-oh. Okay, the Timo.
The one we skipped over. Yeah,
Timo.
Okay.
yeah.
All right, let's see if we can bring that one up.
Or do you want to do Ben's first and go back, or?
Yeah, let's do Ben's first and then go back, because then that'll
Okay.
give us time to get organized.
Then I can have that champagne that you promised me.
Yeah, yeah. but
Right.
then two in a row. So let's demo off or demo main house, and then move off or demo cottage. This should be easy.
Yeah, so the land bank acquired this property to get absorbed into their settlers burial ground property around Maxi Pond. And these buildings are needing to be removed. The buildings have been, with Housing Trust has been notified of them. They're the first in line. So we're waiting for the Housing Trust to make a determination whether they want them or not. We have probably 2 or 3 other people in line for the cottage. Not as many people in line for the main house. It's a little funkier, but we are trying to move them away rather than demolish them. But it is intended to be a public use space when the buildings are gone. So.
Oh, God, this is a win-win-win. Open another bottle of champagne. So, does everybody understand Ben's application here?
Yeah,
No questions?
no, I just hope they get reused, or you let people scavenge what they can use out of them.
Yeah, that's really, really nice. So is that your motion, Val?
Yeah.
Okay, Diane on Val's motion.
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby, aye. Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Great, wonderful.
And the next one, the same, it's a move off demo.
Yeah. Cute. Very reusable.
Yeah, that one's not so weird as the other
Comes
one.
with a grill.
I hope they get used.
Yeah,
Me
we're trying.
too.
Just, no. It's just so
And the
weird.
metal chimney.
Yeah.
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Val. Diane on Val's
Aye.
motion. Carrie,
Aye.
aye. Me, aye. Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
All right, thanks everybody. I'm done.
All right.
Thanks, Ben.
Appreciate it.
You could go home, but you're probably already are home.
No, I'm in my office. Now I can go home. See ya.
Aye.
Aye. So we have to go back to who?
Timo.
Okay.
Ethan said the homeowner is there
Okay.
on somewhere.
Number 3, Tatimo.
3, Timo.
Is that Jake's iPhone 8? Yes.
Sounds right. Jonathan.
You're
Giacomo?
muted, Jake.
Okay, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. So yes, my name is Jonathan Jacoby. This is my property. As we said, Ethan had to run down to the boat. So This is, I believe, two proposals. One is we have an existing garage behind the house that was built in 1995. I think it's 18 and a half by 23 and a half. My neighbor across the street, Nancy Mack, has agreed to take the garage. And so she's
You know
in the process.
Nancy.
Yeah, I know Nancy.
So she is in the process of filing the paperwork to do that. And then we have a proposal to build a new garage and guest house behind the house is the second proposal. That's going to be designed to match the main house with natural trim as well as possible.
Oh, very good, very good. I think we get it. Now we get it even more.
So motion to approve the move off.
Okay. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie, Abby, aye.
Sorry, I'm an I. I'm here. I was
Yeah.
muted.
And Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that's a go.
Now
What
this-
else?
Well, this is the replacer.
Oh, hang on.
Let's start with the site plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
Not sure, what are the crossroads? Where is
It's out in
Fatima.
Hummock Pond.
Hummock Pond up closer to, oh, near Nancy.
Closer to
Mack.
Cisco.
Yeah. I know where Nancy lives, so I kind of know the area.
So this is directly across the street from Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any reason why it has to be so long? I just wonder, like I see from the driveway, we won't see it because the house is blocking that. But the other end, is there any see-through as you drive down Totimo away from?
You're not really going to see any of the other side. The long part is that there's a covered porch at the end, but a covered patio, sorry. But there's very dense trees on both sides of my property, and you really can't see the existing garage at all. And the end of that, the long part of it, really comes to right where the existing garage is.
Did we have elevations of this?
Yeah, let's go back
Yeah.
to the.
Oh, okay.
So the only thing you'll really see from the road is the garage with the dormers over it.
Mm.
Okay, well, does anybody have a feeling about this? Carrie, do you want to continue your thought about it being so long?
Sure. I just wonder if sort of between the garage mass and the long, if you can do a section of that roof just to step it down so it's not just one long, I don't know what you call it.
Length of
So
the-
that's why he changed the direction of the roof over the patio.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you.
It needs
Um,
something else somewhere.
with that.
Yeah, just maybe the middle section, maybe stopping at the French doors just to have a step down 1.5, it wouldn't even be a 1.5 story, but a couple feet below the main ridge, pop up in that middle section, something. But I mean, if we have any visibility of it, this is just so unusual.
Yeah. How about a porch over part of that, like maybe to frame where the front door is? A little shed roof to sort of break up the long. mass roof.
Mhm. Okay.
I think that that might achieve some sort of break in that or relief in that long roof plane.
What if we did like the I don't know exactly what they're called. Sorry, I'm not an expert in the terminology, but the pop outs that are above the garage, the doghouse, I think they're called, or something like that. Dormers, yeah. What if we did a couple of those? Even though that long part is 1 story, we could do those that as sort of just to bring in additional natural light in there. That would break up that roof line.
I don't know if they really work in that roof though.
Has everybody gone? Sorry, I did.
No.
Diane, did I hear Diane go?
Nope.
No. I just want to squeeze something in, and Diane can come in. I thought if you move that porch area closer to the chimney and sort of tucked, the chimney is just sort of sitting there. If you slid that over, you'd lose 4 or 5 feet, but it might just tuck right into the gable of that roof and look a little more, give it a little more weight and not so elongated.
So basically make that roof line over the patio a little bit higher and then tie it and have the chimney coming out of it, kind of.
You will see the gable on the end that you call a porch, open porch.
Yeah.
Move that gable right up to the chimney so that it's part of that roof line. And I think it would look a little more snug.
A little more balanced.
Diane, are you here?
I think you have to shorten it somehow or other. And that seems to be the best answer, is to pull it in with that porch. Otherwise, cut the porch out altogether, because it's just too long, and it doesn't, for the height and all the rest of it, it doesn't make any sense, I think. So that's what I would do.
Well, I think you have a few options to maybe go over with Ethan. Something to just break up that long line, whether it's a porch, as I suggested, dormers, as you suggested, or moving the overhang.
Yeah, okay, so that sounds like holding for just a few revisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that your motion, Val?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so on Val's motion, Diane.
Aye.
Carrie.
Aye.
Aye. Me, aye. And Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you, Jake. You've got just a little few revisions.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
What are we on now? Me?
You.
I'm gonna hold mine for more.
Come on,
A full
Val.
board?
Oh my God.
And Val, I've also asked for this to go to HSAB, so.
Yes, yes. I actually sent it to the neighborhood people too, and they like it.
Good.
28
I like that.
Are we talking about 28 Prospect?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who made that motion to hold? Oh, Val did.
I can't because it's my project.
I know. So could somebody make that motion?
I make that motion.
Thank you, Diane. On Diane's motion, Carrie.
Aye.
And myself, aye. And Diane on your motion.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So, 66 Easton offense.
Should we look at that, or is the person around?
Is there anybody else in the queue? Can anybody see anybody else in the queue that's waiting? Like maybe Carrie? 71 Cliff?
Yeah, that is Luke's job, and I'm not familiar enough with it, and he is playing paddle tennis, so he's not here.
Botticelli and Pole is gone.
he shows
Mr.
up.
Falkenstein's been here the whole night.
No
Who?
way.
I have been, yes.
Oh, Andrew Finkelstein, where have you been?
I turned my camera off. I'll turn it back on. I just didn't think we'd make it this far, to tell you the truth.
Oh,
We didn't either.
What's your address?
My address is 2 Creek Lane.
Oh, oh yeah,
There
there
you
you
are.
are, number 49.
Yep.
Okay, let's hear that.
Okay.
Do we have to hold all that stuff in between? Where were we?
Motion to hold 44 through 48 for
Yes.
representation.
Okay, very good. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie.
Aye, Luke might be back at some point soon.
Okay, well, we can slip him in, and I'm an aye, and on your motion,
Aye.
aye. Okay, all right, so we're at Mr. Falkenstein.
Yes, just bear with me for 1 second, please.
Okay,
Oh,
2 Creek, why does that sound familiar? Where is that?
that's off Matticat Road, Fisher's Landing.
Okay,
Okay, all right. So what we're doing here, and you can see it on the front cover, is we are proposing a 1-story cathedral ceiling addition in the back, facing the backyard, which will not be visible from the street. And then we are proposing in the front of the house to enlarge an existing dormer and to add a shed dormer over the garage. What this basically is it's a ground floor master tucked in the back of the house. And then it's just bringing some more light into existing space in the front of the house under the roof. So if you turn to the elevation sheet, A 2.0, and you look at the existing north elevation, you'll see that the existing house only has 1 small shed dormer right over the front door.
I love
And-
this.
Yep, and what we'd like to do is expand that on either side, turning it into a Nantucket dormer, as shown. And then to the right of that, almost over the garage door, put in another dormer, all with 6/6 windows, except at the existing dormer where we would leave the existing windows intact. And in the back of the house, you see the existing south elevation. And it's a little hard to see on the existing, but you see it better on the proposed. There's a series right now of there's a single French door on the right-hand side next to a mold set of 3 casement windows with a transom window above. And though I normally would not default to casement windows, I decided to pick up on that and use that existing pre-approved circa 1985 window and expand it by 1 window to the left, and then also use those same matching windows on the south elevation of the 1-story addition. So what we're doing on the back is we're keeping those 3 casement windows. We're adding 1 more window and transom above to make it a group of 4. We're adding a 6-foot French door, and then we're basically taking those same windows and putting them on the south elevation of the 1-story addition. And
very good, but I think that's all in the back of the house.
and it is all back of the house. Yeah, it is all back of the house. The front north elevation is highly visible from the street, and probably what we should focus on.
Right. So, Val.
Sure. I think this is all appropriate, with the exception of one suggestion. The north, those two gable dormers you've added, can those windows be taller? Or can the dormers sit down a little? They seem kind of squat in the height of the dormer.
Yeah, so good question. They could be taller. The reason, so basically the existing dormer is at a bathroom. So it is a high sill, it is a high sill level. Why, the reason I went with a Nantucket dormer rather than an elongated shed dormer was I wanted to bring the face of the dormer forward so I could lower the sill height.
Right.
So we definitely don't want to lower it, but I think if you don't think that those head heights need to line up, then I am quite happy to raise them 6 inches or 8 inches or something. And if you think that's appropriate, then I'll do that.
Well, I do. I would appreciate that because it seems like there's too much space on top of them, but let's see what everyone else thinks. And with regard to the rest of it, I think it's fine.
Okay, thanks, Val. Diane?
I think the door, those two dormers, the windows have to go up.
Okay.
Otherwise, you need to put something up there at the top and it gets to be too busy. What color
Okay.
are the shutters going to be?
Everything's going to be white trim, white sash, because the existing house is white trim, white sash, and we don't plan on replacing any of the other existing windows.
Okay, so the shutters on the front are going to be white and the front door?
So, sorry, let me confirm that, Diane, because I'm going to just look at a picture and tell you what the existing shutter. I don't think those shutters are white, but let me just look at it and I'll tell you in 1 second.
It doesn't look like they're on there.
Yeah,
No,
actually,
they don't
there
seem
are no
existing.
shutters. There are no shutters. That's correct. There are no shutters in the front of the house. There's no shutters on the house, to tell you the truth.
Oh, so
Madam
that
Chair.
would be actually, okay, yes, Holly.
I just wanted to bring a question up. The garage door seems to be different from what I'm seeing. I just wanted to confirm that it's changing to a garage door that doesn't have any windows in it.
There will be no windows in the garage door. And actually, we were not planning on changing the garage door. That's more of a graphic convention, but we were going to leave the existing garage door alone.
So what do you think on the shutters? Do you want to take them off?
So yeah, I will take them off and I'll explain what happened.
That's
This
okay.
time
That's
of year, I
okay.
don't go out a lot. I use the existing HDC plans from 35 years ago to draw the existing and I missed that. So the shutters are not there. I'll take them off.
Okay, it makes that front very, very busy.
Yep.
And if we take them off and leave the fence, the railing and stuff, it'll be good. That's all.
Okay.
And you
Yeah, makes
you
more
can't
sense.
see the south elevation because I don't love those windows, but
Yeah, you can't see it at all. And there's
can't see it.
conservation land behind the house too. by the
yeah,
way.
I know that. It used to be
Mhm.
part of my mail route out there.
Mhm.
So that's fine. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Diane. Carrie?
Yeah, I think the dormer configuration is not typical, with combining the shed and the gables on the front of a house, but I do think this area's got some funky sort of elements happening, so I think it's appropriate here. I wouldn't necessarily approve it anywhere else, and I agree with raising the headers on those dormer windows to.
Okay. Will do. Will do.
The dormer on the garage to me seems a little large, but I think.
Hello.
I was going to say the same thing, actually.
Oh.
The dormer on the
okay.
garage.
Oh, okay, so that dormer, you're saying that's too
It
large?
actually be the size of the dormer that's on the house now.
Yeah.
Right.
Doesn't it match?
It is a bit larger than the dormer that's there now. The issue being that because of the one-story addition in the back, there's no room for a dormer on the back. And there's only one little small window on the side that we're not changing. So I just wanted to get some good light in there. So I basically, the windows are actually the same I believe they're the same width. They're just a little bit, well, sorry, they're the same size windows, by the way, that I have on the two Nantucket gable dormers.
Yeah, and I think,
So I was being consistent.
yeah, I kind of feel like it shouldn't be consistent.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so Carrie, any more thoughts on?
That's it.
That's it. My only thought is that on the back, and this is just because I think it might look better, is that you might want to do a 10 light on those two French doors so that they go with your new windows.
Okay.
Instead of the 15. It might be a better pattern. But I'm okay with this. It looks like minor changes. Would anybody like to venture?
I will.
Okay, Val.
I think we could motion to approve this through staff with removing the shutters on the north,
Okay.
making the windows in the gable dormers taller, and changing the rear French doors, as Abby
light.
suggested, to 10 lights, and do that through staff.
Okay.
Radio. Okay, there we go. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
myself, aye. Val, on your motion.
Aye.
Aye, that passes.
All right.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you,
Used to be
Andrew.
Wayne Holmes'
Thank
house.
you.
too.
Thank you very
Was
much.
it?
Yep.
Wow.
I think he's the one who was the first owner of it.
Ah.
Little history.
Oliver Wendell Holmes? No.
Oliver
Wayne.
Wendell Holmes lived in Beverly Farms. Not here.
Oh, just Wendell Holmes.
He lived in the house in front of me in Beverly Farms.
Was he a doctor? What was he?
Holmes, he was a lawyer.
Attorney. Yep.
An
Oh,
attorney.
yeah, the one on Nantucket, yeah.
And town moderator forever.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't he on Main Street with Holmes and Hayes, or who was
So
that?
that sounds familiar.
Oh, Luke is back.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, but where are we?
Then we would be on 71 Cliff Road.
Shoot, no, I'm sorry. I got faked out. It was my son.
Oh, okay. All right.
What,
So
what about what about 8 Accomuck? Muckamucka.
three? So no one's here for 3 Miles Court. George DeMauve.
No.
No, we have to hold that then, though, don't we? Wyden Dormer. It looks so easy.
That's an emeritus too.
We need to
Oh.
hold emeritus.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's.
Yeah, you already held Georgie Dimoff.
Oh, we did. Okay, so
Yeah, he was in that sort of. No, wait a minute. Sorry. Wait a minute. I think he was.
There was 2 with
It's
him.
like something through 40 something. I might be mismeeting. Go back now.
Georgie was up at the beginning of the agenda as well.
Okay, so we held this one as well.
Yeah.
Number 3.
No, but we can.
Okay, let's make a motion to get rid of that one. 3
Motion to
Miles Court.
hold 3 Miles Court for representation.
Thank you,
Motion
Val. On
to
the
hold-
motion, Carrie,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye, where's Miles Court?
I don't know.
we don't know, but we don't care. And I myself, I am an aye, and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Okay, that brings us to.
Motion to
27.
hold Botticelli and Poles 52 through 54.
What about 27 Old South Wharf?
Oh, well, I thought we were holding all of emeritus
Did-
already.
did we
Yes,
already-
please. And that's also going to go to HSAB.
Okay.
Okay,
A
so,
motion to hold 27 Old South Wharf and for HSAB review.
yeah, absolutely. So Diane on Val's motion,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby, aye, and Val on your motion,
Aye.
aye. Okay, now you can do Botticelli and Poll, who are in
Motion to hold
Hawaii.
52 through 54.
On Val's motion, Diane.
Aye. Aye.
Carrie.
Aye.
Me, aye. Val, on your motion.
Aye.
God, this is looking really close to the bottom.
There's one Caroline Way.
Is there a
Yeah,
good
I was gonna
one?
ask if we could hold that for a view. But
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's here for it.
Can't we
This
hold
is
it anyway? Can't we hold it anyway?
Well, we can, but we want to give them a chance.
I'm here.
Who's Paolo? Paolo, what are you here for?
I'm for 1 Caroline Way.
Oh, well, there you go. Main house revisions. Let's have a look.
This hasn't been built yet, so there's nothing to review on site. We've had, and I thought Mirka was going to be on earlier today, but I think she skipped out. But we've revised site plan based on some of her feedback per our last approval, and it affected a couple changes on the main house and guest house. On the main house, you could see here that little shed porch over a back door where there used to be a pergola connecting to it. The pergola is gone and the configuration of the site has changed. So we just wanted to cover that back door. We added a stair on that east elevation up to the deck. That's a change from previous approval. And then there is a change on the west side elevation. We changed the double French door to a single French door flanked by 2 double hungs. That's on the next sheet, I believe. And then in the guest house, we changed the dormer, elongated that. I believe it was an 8-foot depth to a 12-foot depth porch.
Thank you. We're just
So,
studying. Val, did you go ahead if you're ready?
No, because I was a little bit confused looking at this because I couldn't figure out what was going on. It said new dwelling and then revisions, and they're kind of integral with the hardscaping that I just wanted to go out there and look, and I didn't get out there today, but
Is this out near Cisco?
yeah.
Yeah. It's the last street down before you run into the to the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah, I think I know it. But anybody feel like they understand this enough to comment?
I feel like the revisions are pretty straightforward if everything else was approved already. The stair, I'm wondering about the stair that you're talking about. Is it a spiral stair? I don't know.
No, it's a straight run. You could see it on the second floor plan if you go to that second floor.
But on the elevation, it's on the end elevation. I don't.
Yeah, the elevation's kind of in the porch, in the background there, kind of in front of the fireplace. If you look at that east elevation.
And it's a
But
straight.
all that black right there under the
Yeah,
chimney.
that's the railing going up, exactly.
So it's hidden behind a full railing,
Yes, yes.
a full vertical.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to just review again.
It's a little funky, but is the south elevation the one that's visible from the beach road?
It's
Yeah.
wide open.
Yeah, both of these are, it's on a corner lot, so this elevation would face, oh, I'm drawing a blank now. Austin Locks, and then the south elevation faces Caroline Way. I think there's a site plan there on top of the sheet.
Is it the water side of Caroline Way or the other side?
The water side. So that elevation we were just looking at kind of faces Austin Lock on the main house. Kind of where that parking area is.
Is the old house gone?
The old house is gone, yes.
Okay, and is this like, is there a hole or anything?
No, it's just
No?
an empty lot at this point. If you remember, we had a previous house approved and the owner changed their mind. This was a new design we got approved. And then during some of the landscape design with Merica, we changed a little bit the configuration of where the guest house sits relative to the main house. Before it used to be parallel to Austin Lock, and we rotated it so it's perpendicular to the main house.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I'd like to.
Hey, so if you wanted to say, take a view, say, take a view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
All right, so, so just to get us a little more familiar with this, I think Val's suggesting a view. I think it looks okay, but I'd like to understand it better too. On Val's motion, Diane,
Aye.
for a view. Carrie,
I also have a question after this.
yeah, go ahead, Carrie.
You want to finish the?
I am an aye, and Val on your motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Go
so my
ahead.
question is, are all the site elements coming back to us?
Yeah, I thought they were on the agenda today, but Merica didn't show up. So yes,
It
those are
looks like
coming.
there's freestanding pergolas and a lot of decking, and I think Val's actually right in terms of having a site viewing.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
So that was carried to a view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yes.
Please and thank you.
Yes,
Sure.
thank you very much, Paolo.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too.
Sorry you sat there all night.
Well,
I
I had dinner, so I came back. I didn't
Oh, good.
think I would quite make it, but
I thought he was the last one on the thing.
He is.
Oh, okay.
So,
So,
you know, we finished an agenda.
do we have, Terry, do we have 2 minutes to okay?
No, those minutes were approved on the 28th, so you have no minutes to approve.
So next meeting is Thursday at 1.
Yep.
Thursday at 1.
Okay, do I hear a motion to retire?
Aye.
Aye, Diane, on Diane's motion, Val,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby, aye. Okay.
Good
on
work,
Val's-
ladies.
I just
Okay,
want to
yes,
say
thank you.
bravo, girls.
Yeah, if you
Can
want to
I
get
ask-
something done right, go to the women.
Can I
Night,
ask?
night.
Friday night, Happy New Year. See you Thursday.
Happy New Year.
Does anybody
Bye.
know? Does anybody know about Johnny McLaughlin? He hasn't been in the last 2 meetings.
He was in here this morning. His
Was he?
computer's all messed up. So I told him he needs to get assistance on that.
All right. Well, I just didn't want him to be sick and us not know about it.
Yep. Nope. He's good. He was here today.
Good.
Have a good night,
thank you.
guys.
Bye, you guys.
You too. Good night, Holly.
Good
Go home
night.
to all your children.